Jesus Christ, that's loud for me. Good Lord, ladies and gentlemen, all gents outside between, delve deep into your bits of popcorn and throw them at the raiders, throw them at these cheeky devils. Look at these people coming in here. I mean, really, could you even imagine who do they think they are? The absolute audacity, the scandal, the preposterousness, the outrage, I tell you. How very dare you. Oh, keep that going. Keep the popcorn going. Keep it all going. We've had Eris Ptolemy and we have got Felion Panda doing a cheeky little double raid right as I start, right as I am beginning the stream. I haven't even said hello to anybody. I haven't done anything. I've literally just began. On top of that, I have got two cheeky little devils have come in to get their name inscribed on the Mirror of Fame. First of all, people from my stream, go and check out the beautiful, the glorious Felion Panda, a wonderful, wonderful human being. Oh my God.
Most kind.
And Alexander Griffin. Coming in
Thanks
for the
to Zybadian for my sub gift.
For the final month of their gifted sub there. The final month, Alexander Griffin. Oh my God, things are kicking off. Things are kicking off and we haven't even begun yet. We haven't even begun.
Panda to me go. Panda to it. Panda to it.
Okay, hold on. Just whoa. Just whoa. Allow me to say hello to people. Good Lord. Thank you very much, 100 little panderings and Breb Gresh. There is a lot of chaos going on here. People from my stream, go and check out the glorious Felion Panda, wonderful, wonderful human being who we very much appreciate. As well, Razor coming in with the tier 3
Before
for
things
60
get
months.
Swamped.
Before things get swamped, they are definitely getting swamped. I haven't even done any of the stuff that I need to do yet. Never mind anything else. How you doing, Zabadi? And how's it going? I haven't said hello to anybody. I haven't done any of that shit. Also, a massive thank you. Go and that was it. Go and check out the glorious Eris Ptolemy, the Deos of Chaity. That's the one. That's the one. The Deos of Chaity.
Yeah, you subscribed. Most
Babbling
kind.
Goat.
Sadly, month 69 will never arrive again, but 70 is pretty darn banging Valenvernia.
That is pretty darn banging, as you say. That is pretty darn banging. Babbling Goat, how you doing, you beautiful individual? Right, hold on, because I've got a few of these to do. Thank you so much to you beautiful people at Felion Panda and Eris Ptolemy for your raids. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming in and causing some chaos just as I'm starting to stream. Also, to friends, if you're new here, 2 things you need to know about this channel. 1, you're not allowed to apologize. Instead of saying sorry, try saying thank you. Instead of saying sorry, I'm late, say thanks for waiting. Instead of saying sorry, I'm such a burden, say thanks for being there for me. It'll make you a much more positive individual. 2, if you're under the age of 18, I have to ask you to leave. I've got to ask you to leave, for I am a colossal filth wizard and don't be corrupting the ears of the young. It's not what I'm about, you cheeky little devils. All right, now I can get to these wonderful individuals. Fraulein Fleckenfell, you came in with your prime there. Allow me to inscribe your name upon the Mirror of Vein. And then we had Rebgresh coming in with the 2 months because the corruption is settling in very nicely as well, Rebgresh. And then we had Alexander Griffin coming in with the month 6. I was desperately trying to distract you from that.
Most kind.
I was desperately trying to distract you from that, but there you go. There it is. There it is. There's the thing. There's the thing. I see you. Hey, Alexander Griffin, and then we had Razotta with the tier 3. So, yeah, you are here. Oh, lordy, lordy.
Panda to me go. Panda
Stop
to
it.
Panda to it.
I can't catch up. I'm trying to catch up. You're not giving me the time I need to catch up and do the bits and pieces that I need to do. God damn it. Thank you very much. 200 little pandering Zenkaro. That's very, very kind of you. Then we had Babbling Goat. And then finally, we had Phantom Zandria. Again with the prime. Thank you so much for using your primes here. You could choose to use them anywhere in the world, and you chose to use them here, and I appreciate that. All of you beautiful individuals have had your names inscribed upon the Mirror of Fame. By having your names upon the Mirror of Fame, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky little devils. But it technically doesn't even exist anymore. It's a metaphorical Snapchat. It doesn't exist. Not a chance. Not one iota. But the most important thing, oh yeah, you also get access to all the sexy little emotes, and Razotta is a tier 3. You get access to the tier 2 Pokemon emotes with my face on them.
And subscribed. Most kind.
And The tier 3 cursed emotes, also with my face on them. KQ Rage gifting a sub to Mr. Poo Poo. Mr. Poo Poo 1000.
Hand it to my ego. Hand it to it. Hand it to it.
No, Vexatious Quipster, thank you very much for the 100 little panderings. 100 little panderings. You people, I keep expecting there to be TTS, and you don't use the TTS. But the most important thing, as well, you all know, you cheeky little devils, all you tier 1s who got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I look rough? But God damn, do I make rough look good? And you, Razotter, as a tier 3, have to roll over and look in your tiny little tier 3 mirror. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There you are. And go, God, I wish they'd bring around cloning. So when someone says, go fuck yourself, I literally could. Sexy. Oh, yes, meow, you know? You know, you cheeky little devils. Oh, my lordy. Right. What in the everlocking Dickens is going? I have just stopped. Nordlicht. Nordlicht and Max White gifting a sub to Fluffy Bunny Gal. Nordlicht coming in with the Prime. Thank you so much, you beautiful individuals. What is going on? Let me get rid of Monty. Monty, go on, be off with you. Nordlicht coming in with the Prime and Max White gifting out a sub to Fluffy Bunny Gal. That is their 1,102nd gift sub in the channel. This is outrageous. This is outrageous. This is outrageous. I am not ready for this. I have had a very boring weekend of spreadsheets and bloody numbers, and I'm not ready. I can't deal with this. It's outrageous. It's preposterous, and I hold you all. What do they say in the courts? In contempt. Is that the word? Is that the word? Is that what's going on? Is that what's happening? Oh my lordy. How are you doing, friends? Okay, those names have also been inscribed upon the Mirror of Fame by having your name upon the Mirror of Fame.
Subscribed. Most kind.
You did it on purpose, didn't you? Bon moi! You did it on purpose. Just as I was getting into the flow of things, you come in here with your Prime as well. Outrageous. Thank you so much for using your Prime here. Bon moi! Now, as I was saying, you've had your names
inscribed. Hand it to my ego. Hand it to it. Hand it to it.
Help, I need to clean my room. Also, here's the TTS you were missing. And also, I was going to tell a sodium joke, then I thought, nah.
Get out, get out, get out. Get out now. Alexander Griffin, get out. Be gone with you. First of all, science jokes, forbidden. Second of all, dad jokes, even more forbidden.
Subscribed.
Get out.
Most kind.
Get out. Killer Green Rage gifting a sub to Cocksnot. Of all of the things. I'm amazed they got away with that one, actually. As a username, I'm amazed they got away with that one, I have to say. That one's outrageous. Good lord. Good lord. Never heard a science joke being forbidden. They're all forbidden. Jokes are forbidden.
Looking great with the red vest and pretty hair.
Thank you very much.
Hope you're doing well.
It's a red three-piece suit.
People hugging.
All of the people hugging. Yes, it's a red three-piece suit. I don't wear the jacket at the moment because it's too bloody warm. But it is a three-piece suit. And I was just in the mood for suity goodness today. I have inscribed those names upon the Mirror Vein. By having their names upon the Mirror Vein, it means to get access to my personal Snapchat. Oh my god, I can't even speak. By having their names upon the Mirror Vein, it means to get access to my personal Snapchat, not bum Snapchat. Of course, to get access to all the sexy lady most of the most important thing. The most important thing is you go roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I look rough? But god damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy. Oh, yes, meow, you know? There we go. All right, done, dusted. All right, okay, right. For those people that are new here, because I saw some new people in the chat earlier, we treat hype trains like impromptu erections. If you leave them alone, they'll go away. It's much easier that way. Okay, all right, let's have a look for new people. V, how you doing? How's it going, you beautiful individual? Hope you find you well, definitely. And Generation Zenial, love your name. Welcome on in. How you doing? Was that the only two new people? I think so, potentially. No, Nordlicht as well. Come on in. How you doing? How's it going? I will go up. Oh, and then Jenna the Leo. Hello, you beautiful being. I will go up and say hi to everybody. I just want to make sure that all of the new people don't feel like they're being ignored. You know, I've just put it down, Honda Dino. I've just put it down. I've put it down. I've literally just put the mirror down, and then you give another sub. What is going on here? Friends, I will get the breadboard for your buns, okay? I will get the breadboard. Don't you be doing this to me. Outrageous. Honda Diner, thank you very much for giving us up into the community. Outrageous. Out bloody rageous, okay? If you leave it alone, it'll go away. As usual with the hype train, if you leave it alone, hype trains have that in common with erections. If you leave them alone, they'll go away, okay? Good Lord. Let me inscribe their name upon the mirror vein. Okay, I've inscribed their name upon the mirror vein. I haven't seen them say anything in chat yet, so I won't call them out. But by having their name upon the mirror vein, it means to get access to my personal Snapchat. No bum Snapchat, I've got to get access to all the sexy lily. Most of the most important thing. The most important thing is go roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I look rough? But God damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy. Oh, yes, me. Yeah, you know? Okay. Oh, the other thing, all you new people that have come in with your primes that are very, very generous, so thank you so much, I appreciate it. The other benefit that I keep forgetting about is you get a discount on the merch store. If you're ever interested, there's no obligation, there's no expectation, there's none of that by any stretch of imagination. But if you are interested, if you're like, oh my God, I really love some of Val and Vane's merch, that's really fucking cool. Oh, wow, I look so wonderful in this Val and Vane merch. Just remember you get a discount by being a subscriber on this channel. So don't forget that so that you can save money. I'm all about you saving money. I'm all about all of you saving money, you cheeky little devils, all right? Anyway. Hello, friends. Now that we're 17 minutes again and the fucking hype train has disappeared off, all right? If you would like to throw some emotes in channel, throw some hype train emotes, just say a massive thank you to all those people that subbed, the gifted sub, that threw all those little bitties out there. That's super fucking kind of you, friends. I really appreciate it. All you new people, you'll find that I swear a hell of a lot more on this channel than I do on my other channels, because those ones bury you in the algorithms, whereas this one doesn't really matter as much. And I do like a good swear. I feel like I can really accentuate my vocabulary of joy through the medium of
you subscribed.
All of that,
Most
you know?
kind.
Generation Zennial, you come in here as a brand new individual. You wait for me to put it down after the train has gone, and then you choose to use your prime here. You cheeky little devil. A lot of you. Outrageous, I tell you. Bloody outrageous. Love a good swear? So do I. So do I. I shall now inscribe your name on the mirror vein. Oh, right. Okay, by having your name on the mirror vein, as you have just heard several times, you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat. In fact, technically it's a metaphorical Snapchat because I got rid of Snapchat because I got sick of the pornography bots. You also get access to all those sexy little emotes, and of course you get access to the discount that I just talked about on the merch store. But the most important thing, especially for all you new people, the most important thing is every single morning. You need to wake up, roll over, look in the mirror, and go, God, do I look rough? God damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy, oh yes, me, yeah, you know? That's the rules. That's the rules, okay? Right, now...
you subscribed. Most kind.
Oops.
You did that on purpose. You don't laugh, friends. Do not encourage this behavior. Bloody brats. An entire bloody community of brats. Becca Gone Batty, come here, cheeky devil. What do you like, claiming cheeky kisses? And BC Buds, come here. What do you like, claiming cheeky kisses? I've had a very stressful weekend of numbers and spreadsheets, and this is how you treat me? Prude. Prude is what you are. Where we are, Paladari, you cheeky devil, coming in with the 3 months of the tier 1 subscription. By being a tier 1 subscriber, you take us that one step closer to the 60-40 split, and I'm very grateful for that. You beautiful bean. By having your name on the mirror vein, means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat. But you get access to all the sexy little emos with the most important thing. The most important thing is you go roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I look rough? But God damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy, oh yes, meow. Well, it wasn't 3 months. You've been subscribed for 10 months. It was 3 months in a row. I got you. How do you relieve stress, Becca Gonbatti? Through furious, vigorous, and rather intense masturbation. I work on a different project, if I'm honest with you, Becca. I have a million projects on the go, and whichever one is giving me the dopamine in order to relieve stress, I work on that instead, because I'm a workaholic. That's the way it works. I don't say that with any pride. I say that with just matter-of-fact nature of it. Now, to say hello to everybody. Iloana, how you doing? Lunacoin, cheeky little devil. Caro, how's it going? Emma Dragon Queen, you beautiful bean. Dreaming in disguise. Hello, hello. Ginger Lily, how you doing, cheeky devil? Caro, of course. Vexatious Quipster, hello. Reb Gresh, you beautiful individual. Claudithus, you beautiful human being. Welcome on in. And then we had V coming in, and Generation Zenial, you cheeky little devils. Helena the Unicorn, how's it going? It's like sitting in an audience waiting for the main event. Well, I would like to think you've been at the very least entertained then, V. I hope you've been entertained. Qualia, how you doing, you cheeky little devil? Did you manage to get the photo shoot in between the accounting? No. We rearranged because I was ridiculously stressed. The photographer was ridiculously stressed. So we've rearranged for a couple of weekends away. So I was basically so busy with a million other things that we weren't able to sit and do storyboarding or have a look at some inspirational images or anything like that. We didn't have the time to do any of that stuff. So we agreed that between me, the photographer, and another friend of ours who's going to come and help with a specific element of it, that we've postponed it for a couple of weeks. Vet Girl, how you doing? How's it going, you beautiful individual? Not heard this song in forever. Yeah, so that was the intro track was Broken Peach with a mix of Call Me and I Was Made for Loving You. Mel Sinef, how you doing? Wheezy Gal, you beautiful bean. Luo Pusara, welcome on in. How you doing? I hope I've pronounced your name right, you beautiful bean. Hestia, how you doing, cheeky devil? And then Aphelion Panda came in. Garito, you beautiful bean. Becca Gombatty, hello, you cheeky devil. Tika Fellini, how you doing? How's it going? Reb Gresh came in with a 20 streams in a row. You've been streaking through here, outrageous. Followed by Virgin Vixen with a 15 streams in a row. Eric Ptolemy's raid came in there. Phantom Zandria, you beautiful individual. Phoenix the Fens, how you doing? How's it going? I'm just trying to say hi to everybody at this point. Eris, how you doing? How's it going? Nibberin, hello, how you doing? Claudithus, of course, hello, you beautiful bean. Alexander Griffin, how you doing, you exquisite individual? Has your brain become less melty since our conversation, Alexandra? How are you, Valenvane? I'm all right. My brain is gooey because, like I said, I spent the entire weekend basically doing accounts, as in bookkeeping for those people not from the UK or from Europe or what have you. Yep. Wonder why my computer has a hissy fit in trying to go into your stream, Eris. Who knows? I will say, friends, if there are any audio issues today, please let me know as soon as they happen, because I have had audio issues all day, from it just cutting out to it resetting my Go XLR to doing all kinds of things. And I was speaking to a couple of friends of mine who are streamers and audio technicians, and they told me that one of the big issues that they've got at the moment is the update that Windows rolled out has AI audio correction as part of the update, and it's a real pain in the ass to turn off. So I haven't managed to turn it off yet. I haven't found out how to turn it off. But as a result of AI audio correction that nobody wanted and nobody fucking asked for, it means that the audio is constantly trying to correct itself when I am changing it to be the way I want it to be. It feels like a child with a hammer that is coming to help their father fix the car. Do you know what I mean? They've come with a hammer and they're just smashing on things, and I'm like, can you not? Can you just leave the car alone? I'm fixing the car to the way I want it. Stop hitting it with a fucking hammer. So I knew that the audio update had fucked with audio. I didn't know why it was fucking with the audio so badly, and from what I have been told from people who know more about this shit than I do, it's because, well, Microsoft are determined to force everybody to A, have the updates, and B, have AI whether they want it or not. And one of the things that they're doing is AI auto correction, AI audio correction, which means that the AI is deciding when something is wrong and correcting it regardless of how I fucking program it. So if there is an issue, please let me know as soon as possible so I can try and fix it as soon as possible. But it's been a thing. It's been a thing. Today, I will say today, my audio has reset itself every 20 minutes to be under default setting, and that stopped about 2.5 hours ago. That stopped, and it was just like everything just kept resetting to defaults, and I was like, I have programmed these things very specifically so that they're not defaults because I have a complex audio system. You little fucks. Anyway, I'll stop complaining about that, but just have your ears open, friends. Have your ears open, you know? Look great. Love the red on you. Thank you very much. This is one of my favorite suits, I have to say. The color is sort of like a, reddy burgundy for sure. Zemka, welcome on in. Zabadian, hello, you beautiful individual. Hope you're doing well. Chippy Mick, welcome on in. Babbling Goat, of course, hello, you beautiful me. Nordlicht, hello, you cheeky devil. Days of JOT, exactly. I need more tea, to be honest with you. You are the Deos of Chayoti, exactly. The Deos of Chayoti. What more do you need, right? And getting some dinner. I had the worst situation earlier. I made myself a pasta bake for dinner and then realized that the cheese I had put all over the top of it had gone off. So it made the entire kitchen stink of feet. I had to start all over again. Pain in the fucking ass. It smelled good until I put it in the oven. And then it was like, oh, no, this is bad. This is turned. This is not good. And I hate wasting food. So that double trouble. Yay. Melsanov, how you doing? Loki the Khajiit, hello, you beautiful individual. After a rough morning, I'm glad to have a stream to enjoy. Well, you are very, very welcome here, as always, you beautiful bean. All the choo-choos, for sure. Dapper Cogsworth, how you doing, you beautiful individual? Max Wattage, hello, you beautiful bean. Jamisha, how you doing? Is it Jack Misha? Can't remember how to pronounce your name, beautiful bean. Second time lurking, first time poster. Well, I very much appreciate it, and I appreciate your 3-stream streak as well, you beautiful individual. All you streakers, I know the sun has been blazing in the sky, so I hope that you have been lubricating yourselves for your streaking all over the place, okay? With, not just with lube, with like sun lotion. Nobody wants any burnt dangly bits, okay? Nobody wants that. As somebody who's had it, you don't want that, okay? Seoul permit holder. Did you get a permit to go to Seoul, Alexander Griffin? That's amazing. Talk with your mouth full. What can I say? I've had a lot of practice, Becca. I've had a lot of practice, you know. I think you'll have to accept that one day that you will get too big to greet everybody. We'll love you trying though. It's all right. I can kind of get on there. It's fine. It's not a problem. Quality, you're coming in with the 40 streams in a row you've been streaking through here. Killer Queen Rach, how you doing? How's it going? On to Dino as well. Vet, hello, you glorious bean. Jenna the Leo, hello, you beautiful bean. These interruptions are sending me. Welcome. You've been thrown in at the deep end by this community. Thrown in at the bloody deep end. This is how they always are. Chaos incarnate, all of them. Chaos and brats. What more do they need? Fluffy Bunny Girl, how you doing, cheeky devil? How's your day been going? Today has been more accounts, so my brain is very gooey with trying to make sure I've got all the right receipts and photograph them and put them in the right place and work out exactly where I need everything. I'm doing it now because it needs to be done before like October, and this is the only time this month is pretty much the only time I'm gonna have free, because usually about halfway through September through till January, I don't have any days off. So it's a whole thing. Cheeky little devils. Right, okay. Bon moi, how you doing, you beautiful individual? Right, never heard of science jokes being forbidden? Well, they are. I forbade them today, Alexander Griffin. There you go. Done. There you go. Was this the advice you gave her? Dad jokes? If so, that's great advice. How dare you? Dahlia, how you doing, you beautiful individual? I'm highly entertained that Cocksnot exists. It vexes me that Cocksnot exists, honestly, Killer Queen Rach. It vexes me that they've managed to get away with it. Considering that, like, any username with the phrase simp in it will have been banned, but Cocksnot is perfectly okay. Cocksnot, perfectly alright.
Oh, you followed me. Ooh, you little stalker.
Thank you so much for the follow. I don't like to call people out just in case they're lurking, but you are very, very welcome here, you beautiful being. Welcome on in. I'd say science jokes go pretty hand in hand with dad jokes. That says an awful lot about scientists, Jenna. It says a lot about scientists, gosh darn it. Love a bad science joke. You prefer a good one though? Outrageous. Outrageous. Love the dad jokes. All of you. Gluttons. Gluttons for punishment, I tell you. Citrine Skies, welcome on in. How you doing? I'm trying so desperately to get the speech out before we can interrupt him again. I know where all this came from. I know where it started. It was bloody outrageous. Good lord. Litzen, welcome on in. How you doing? How's it going? Yes, I have definitely. This is, like I said, it is a 3-piece suit normally. 3-piece normally. And it has a jacket to match, but I'm not wearing the jacket because it's ridiculously fucking warm. It is far too toasty. I have my little fan on that's tickling my delightful chest hairs, you know? Valen treats hype trains like that. I do. If you leave them alone, they'll go away. It's true. It is true. Okay. I'm lovely. Thank you. Hope you're the same. Doing all right. Thank you very much, Generation Zennial. Doing okay. Doing okay. Welcome on in, all you new people, by the way. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much. Becca Combat, how you doing? Exactly. Your buns. You don't want to be getting the breadboard. The breadboard for your buns. The breadboard can sting. It's a stingy breadboard. All right. No one wants stinging buns. Okay. If you leave it alone, won't there be blue balls? I don't know. There's only, to be honest with you, Becca gone by, I would like to know about whether, if you left the hype train alone, whether that would be the case. But I never can find out because the community won't leave it alone.
Panda to it!
Johnny was a chemist's son, but Johnny is no more. What Johnny thought was age 20 was age 2 so 4.
What Johnny thought was H2O was H2SO4. The audio doubled is because my my thing is coming back through the microphone. This is what I mean, but thank you very much for letting me know. I appreciate that. That will have likely come back through the microphone because of course I set it at a certain level and it's not doing it at that level. Thanks, AI. AI fixing my thing that had already been fixed. Gotta love it. Stefachino, welcome on in. Welcome back on in with the 10 streams in a row you've been streaking through here. Outrageous. Outrageous, I tell you. Ginger Lily, how you doing? How's it going? Love a good sweat, of course, of course. Lots of brats in chats. I love to see it. Don't encourage this behavior, all right? They're outrageous. They're outrageous. They are thirsty for a breadboarding, okay? BC Buds, how you doing? How you doing? Auntie Kim as well, welcome on in. I feel like I've almost caught up with chat, and then you all keep talking, so I can't do that. You know, I've realized this now. Ika Denny, welcome on in. Claiming a cheeky kiss, you cheeky devil, and fluffy bunny girl, come here, you. Claiming cheeky kisses all around. Good lord, outrageous, outrageous. Now I really can literally roll over and look at a mirror because the closed doors have big mirrors on them. Oh, Loki, my bedroom's covered in them. My bedroom's covered in them. It's like a little hall of mirrors, which is the only way I know how to do it. You know? Van Braver, how you doing, you beautiful individual? How's it going? Welcome on in. Newbie, love me. I love me too. Oh, you. Welcome on in. How you doing? Claudithus, how you doing? I thought I saw somebody new as well. Jamisha, how you doing? How's it going? Is it a Jack Misha? Let me know how to pronounce your name, you beautiful being. Let me know how to pronounce your name. Gotta love joining the stream and the first word I hear is masturbation. Exactly, excessive idling. What else would we talk about? We always talk about some description of debauchery. That's the way we roll around these parts. Scar, how you doing, you beautiful being? Tia Aurora, excuse me. Hello, you beautiful individual you. Hope you're doing well. Tia Aurora posted a photo on Threads the other day, and the contrast between your eye color and your hair color was absolutely fucking stunning. Absolutely fucking stunning. Mwah! Exquisite. Glorious, glorious individual. Hi, it's Claudia. How you doing, Claudia? How you doing, you beautiful individual? Of course, I would have called you CL Moss because I completely forgot. I'm terrible with that stuff. But welcome on in. Welcome back. How you doing? I think it's because it's become less melty, and I found an app to help me step away from social media and get my doom scrolling under control, which I think also helps. That's always good. That is always good for sure. There is, somebody was telling me about, they've got like a system where they tap their phone against it at home, and it locks all of, like, they'll sit there, and if they ever find themselves doom scrolling, they'll tap their phone against the thing, and it'll lock all social media, so they can't go on social media for the next like 12 hours or something.
Hand to it.
I've searched but can find no recent Windows updates that include sound changes. Last audio system update was in June.
That's interesting, Razar. Thank you very much for searching. I appreciate it. However, well, I mean, I'm not going to turn around and say what was or what wasn't in the audio, what was or what wasn't in the audio system, the recent Windows update. What I will say is it is royally fucked. At least, no, not OBS. Not OBS. There's fuck all to do with OBS. I'm getting very passionate. This isn't at you, Razar. This is my anger at fucking Microsoft. I have had, ever since the recent audio update, the recent Windows update, because I installed the brand new graphics card that you delightful individuals bought me, which I'm very, very grateful for. Thank you so much. And as part of the install to get the software that correlates with that graphics card, we had to update the Windows mode, the new Windows update. Ever since that update, I have had constant audio issues. Like every single day, usually 1 to 2 times an hour, I have had audio issues. Whether it be cutting out my microphone, whether it be cutting out my entire audio on the desktop, whether it be stuttering the audio, whether it be changing the entire volumes, resetting everything back to default settings spontaneously for no fucking reason. So as much as I fully understand and I genuinely appreciate you like looking that up and what have you, something that Microsoft have done in their latest Windows update has fucked my audio, and not only my audio, at least 9 other streamers I know of have had their audios fucked by the recent Microsoft update. So I'm not entirely sure what it is, what they've done, what they have reported they've done, or what they've tried to hide under the surface, or what have you. People who, like I said, know better than I do, they're technicians and their audio techs and stuff like that, they told me that Microsoft have put in AI as their AI rollout. So maybe it fell under one of the AI categories in the update, but as their AI rollout, AI audio correction is now part of the thingy. Now, maybe they're lying to me, maybe they're full of shit, maybe they've brought out what have you, but whatever it is has fucked my audio, royally fucked it, to the point where my original plan when it came to migrating to Linux was to wait for a good while, because I like the way things are. I used to like the way things were, and I was like, right, I will give it a chance.
Most kind.
Most effect, thank you very much for beautiful being. I was like, I will give it a chance for my for Sembar, who helps me out with this stuff, to install it on his PC. We'll install it on one of the laptops I've got available that we're going to use for the aquarium, test it on the aquarium, and check that it all works all fine and dandy before we migrate all of my systems over to it. I have already messaged Sembar being like, how fucking soon can we get this done? because this is causing me daily stress. This is stressing me out on a daily basis because it is fucking everything. I can't record anything. It's fucking my streams. I can't even listen to streams anymore. I can't even listen to like YouTube videos or music anymore because it keeps resetting everything to default. This morning, literally today, as I pressed go live, I had to go into OBS and change everything from default back over to thingy. Then had to go into my sound settings and realize that it had changed my browser setting from the channel that I had it in, and I keep putting it in, that's very specific fucking channel, back to default. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Default isn't even my my fucking Go XLR. It's like one of my monitors. It's honestly the most infuriating fucking thing in the world. And I didn't understand it because I am not by any stretch of the imagination a tech person. They've added voice accessibility settings, which do include AI changes, but voice access isn't related to audio. Sounds like your audio device may be redetected. My audio device had issues a while ago, and I sorted all those issues out. And it's a Go XLR, so it's old. They're not updating it anymore, but I keep updating it myself. But I am not the only person that's had this issue. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not the only one. I'm just having a lot of them. And it makes the most sense, certainly in my brain, as a non-tech person, for when someone turned around and went, yeah, they've got AI audio correction, I went, what? Well, that makes all the sense in the world. Because if AI is in my system going, well, this is allocated to your browser sound is allocated to channel 2. Well, that's ridiculous. Why is it not the default? Let's return it to the default as usual. Why? Why are you returning to the default? That makes no fucking sense. Even before, when I had issues with my Go XLR and the Go XLR software and what have you, it didn't revert anything down to default. It just kept it at that. It just was like, this is no longer available. So whatever it is A, bullshit. B, unnecessary. C, what the actual fuck? Why do you keep changing things? Is that classic scenario of if it's not broke, don't fix it? Why do they keep trying to fix it when it's not broke? I understand it when it comes to internet security. Fully understand that. Internet security, fine. You need to update certain systems in order to stop people from being able to hack into my system. Absolutely. Fair enough and what have you. But when it comes to everything else that I use on a daily basis, if you could not touch that, you syphilitic old scrotal wrinkle, I would love that. So infuriating. As for my audio device being redetected, I have definitely had issues with my audio device being redetected. But they are all new issues since I didn't have a single issue with any of my audio until the Windows update. And I have had non-stop audio issues since the Windows update. And it's like, what the fuck? Why is this? Do you know what I mean? When was it go? I'm not going to talk about it now, Razor. I genuinely do appreciate.
Panda to it.
How do succubi get to conventions? By succubus.
God damn it, Milky Pog. I genuinely appreciate, Razor, that you're trying to help me out, but I'm not gonna fix it now. All it's gonna do is wind me up. Do you know what I mean? All that's gonna do is wind me up. But I genuinely, like, hand on heart, I do appreciate you're trying to help me out. Because unfortunately, I'm now too passionate about the situation, if that makes sense. I'm too emotionally charged by my hatred, my genuine fucking hatred of Microsoft. So, yeah, I'm not going to sort it now, but it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago. I know about 2 weeks before 2 or 3 weeks before I updated the thingy. Anyway. Where was I? What kind of music do you listen to most? Favorite artist? I don't have a favorite.
Hand
It
it
just
to my
depends
ego.
on my
Hand it to it.
my,
Hand it to
my
it.
mood, as it were.
What does every pirate hate? A small chest with no booty.
God damn it. Good Lord, Zabadian. Thank you very much for 100 little panderings. Outrageous, I tell you. Do you want to have Windows as an added block type? No, it's all right. It's okay. I know that like people are just trying to help, you know what I mean, Nibbering, but thank you very much for asking. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's just a constant irritant. But I mean, and do you know what? Like, I'm not denying what Razorta said in regards to what the update includes by any stretch of the imagination. If they've done the Googling, and I trust Razorta to be a resourceful individual, do you know what I mean? That they'll have found out what all of the recent updates are.
Hand it to my ego.
Didn't say all the
Hand it
bits
to
and
it.
pieces
Hand it to it.
that I thought I was going to say.
What makes a pirate angry? When someone steals their pee.
Because it makes them irate. God damn it. These crush my fucking soul. My soul is crushed. Soul is crushed. Thank you very much, 100 little panderings, Zabadian. Yeah, Razor will have done their research, and if there's no updates saying anything about AI, then AI audio changes, then there's no update saying about AI audio changes. Whatever the scenario, I have had non-stop audio issues since, to the point where it actually refused to acknowledge the entirety of the Go XLR, then refused to acknowledge 2 of my monitors as audio outputs. And I'm like, they're nothing to do with audio in regards to nothing to do with the Go XLR audio, but they've always been there. And then suddenly they weren't, and I'm just like, what the fuck? I don't know it all, but I'm a tech problem solver. Certainly changes appear to be causing knock-on effects somewhere. Yeah, and do you know what? Originally, I thought it was just me, Razor. I thought it was just like maybe I had some faulty kit, or I'd plugged something in wrong when I was like reinstalling the graphics card or the new hard drive or something. Maybe I'd knocked something. Originally, especially when it comes to technology, the first person I blame is myself, because I am not tech savvy by any stretch of imagination. I might have done something wrong, you know? And that isn't me being like, oh, I'm so guilty, I'm so clumsy. I'm just like, I don't know, do you know what I mean?
Hand it to it. Hand it to it.
Just watched a pirated movie. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 3.141.
A pie rated movie. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you, the horse you rode in on. I hate the entire lineage of that horse. I hate all horses associated with that horse that you rode in on, purely because of its association with you. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. God damn it. Thank you very much, 100 little panderings.
Hand it to my ego. Hand
my
it to
God.
it. Hand it to it.
What you call a Bulbasaur that's denied mating one too many times? Blue ball saw.
Now Pokemon joke. Now Pokemon joke. Oh, that's the other thing that it's changed. It's got rid of all of my specially crafted filters for my audio. I went on, one of my darling friends messaged me and was asking me about audio stuff early yesterday. And I was like, yeah, not a problem. I was like, cool, I'll just check what filters I've got on mine, because I know I've got filters on mine. I know I've got a noise gate. I know I've got like this, that, and the other, because I'd specifically crafted it. I spent a good 2 days crafting the exact things that I required in order to get the perfect audio for me. And all the audio filters have just disappeared. They've just gone. Which means I have to start all over again.
Hand it to my ego. Hand it to it. Hand it to it.
I walked out of my job at the helium factory today. I refuse to be spoken to in that tone of voice.
Oh my god, Wizzy Gal. These are the worst. These are actually the worst. Do people, like, genuine question, do you actually find these funny? Or do you just enjoy watching my entire soul cringe? You're the kind of people that watch cringe comedy on TV, aren't you? You watch like a TV series and it's like really cringy and you're like, oh, this is so funny. And I'm that there going, this is the worst. This is actually the worst. Why do you people want to suffer like this? All right. This is like the shittest form of BDSM. This is like actively the shittest form of BDSM. You sit there on a fucking sofa watching comedy that is designed to make you go, this is the worst. It's so cringy. The worst BDSM. And I don't even get any aftercare. All right. God damn it. God damn it. Where was I? I think it's become less meta. You found an app. Oh yeah, fantastic, Alexandra. Absolutely amazing news. It never occurred to me that the photo shoot gets storyboarded. Learn something new every day. It depends on the way that you do things, Qualia. We've had a few ideas. Sometimes you do a storyboard. Sometimes you just pack a load of stuff into a suitcase and turn up and see what happens, you know? It really depends on who the photographer is, how well you get on with them, whether they've got a method, whether you've got a method together. There's different dynamics there, as with any creative process, you know? Also, one of those meetings we touched on how to manage doom scrolling or similar. Absolutely. I'm quite good with not doom scrolling purely because it's my job. Do you know what I mean? It's very much like this is my job. So when I'm not doing my job, which is most of the time, I will admit I am normally working because I'm a bit of a workaholic. But when I'm not doing my job, I don't want to sit on social media. On the 20 minutes before I go to sleep or the hour before I go to sleep, I want to be like put my phone down and just be watching something or doing something else, you know? Yeah, no. Why did you exchange your Go XLR with a Go and Stop XLR? Good questions, Abadian. Good question. Honestly, I have got a lot of things this year to sort out. As I have said, for those new people, this 2026 is my year of going back to square one, which is getting rid of debt, clearing out my house, getting rid of shit that I don't fucking need anymore, just binning stuff, just getting rid of it. Send it to charity shops or selling it on eBay or anything like that, just getting rid of stuff, you know? Including debt. That's another one, trying to make sure I'm all on the level with that stuff, so that as of the beginning of next year, I can basically start afresh. Not afresh, because obviously I'm still doing all this stuff and what have you, but like I will be able to start from like no debt, no clutter, no stuff that I just don't fucking need anymore. You know what I mean? It's helping me mentally as well as physically, just having stuff kicked out and just out of there, you know? So that's my plan this year, and one of my plans next year is to revamp like my next big tech purchase, unless there's any emergencies, touch wood. My next big tech purchase will be revamping the entire audio system, because the audio system is, well, it's out of date. The Go XLR is no longer being updated. It's being updated by fans as opposed to by the tech company themselves, which means it's always backpedaling. And to be honest with you, I'm at the point where I'm just like, do you know what? I'm just going to do it all. I'm just going to get an actual like mixing board. I'm just going to do it that way, because mixing boards will never go out of date. Whereas Go XLRs, the Rodecaster, all of that stuff all depends on the software that will constantly go out of date. And if the company goes under, then the software is no longer be available, whereas mixing boards don't work like that, which is great. So I'm kind of trying future-proof my my scenario there. Just realized that I haven't updated a certain command. Save changes. There we go. Done. Cool. The donation command was the last donation command, and I've just updated it. But thank you very much, Nibirum, for throwing that out earlier. Thank you for the gift. So it was renewal day, indeed. We didn't talk about too much in our meeting, but it's something that I've been needing to address for a while now. How is your anti-doom scrolling journey going? Yeah. Is AI saying you're doing it wrong? Well, from what Razot has been telling me, the AI has nothing to do with it. However, it certainly made the most sense that AI would keep trying to reset everything because it doesn't recognize my external systems or something like that. But whatever it is just bad. Just a pain in the ass, you know. Because it's automatically does it. Like, you don't even get a choice to say I don't want this. Oh yeah, you don't. But that's the way that corporations always work. The thing that the issue is, Jenna, that corporations always work in this regard specifically because they know if they gave people the option, people would say no. If they turn around and said, do you want this? That people are like, no, I don't want that. Whereas if they don't ask, then it's that whole better to ask forgiveness than ask permission shit. The worst. Ego Denis coming in with the 5 streams in a row. You've been streaking through here. I'm going to scroll down a wee bit. I won't be of much help with audio things. My mind is in overdrive for other things. I'm not having a completely under 1,000 dog coprolite this afternoon. What? Yeah, an utter 1,000 dog coprolite. What is that, Zabadian? Explain yourself. What is 1,000% dog coprolite? I am very confused. Please check the expiry date next time. Would suck to find mold in your pasta bake. Yeah, it just smelt. It wasn't like showing signs of mold or anything like that. It was, unfortunately, the kind of cheese that I bought for the pasta bake is like the pre-grated stuff, which is covered in like a certain powder to stop it from sticking to each other, basically. And it was like, it's good for up to 3 days from when you open it. And I opened it just over 2 days ago. Just under 2.5 days. So I was like, it's still good. It's all fine and dandy. My fridge is working. It's cold. It should all be fine and dandy. Like, sniff it. Smells all right. Put it on the pasta bake. Smells all right. Stick it in the oven. Suddenly the entire kitchen smells of like feet cheese. And I'm like, this is disgusting. I don't want that on my food. But now it's melted to a point where I can't take it off the food. So now I'm just going to have to start again. This is gross. Coprolite is fossilized feces. Ah, you were being a fecal mancer. Is that what you're telling me, Zabadian? Oh, you're not in 1,000% fecal mancing with dog doo-doo. Old dog doo-doo. I see. What earrings are we wearing today? I've got my usual black danglies on because I like them. They're good. And then I've got like a little Celtic cross with red adornments. Boop. Like this. Today. Because I've been feeling particularly gothic. After reading the first 3 chapters of Dracula, I've been very much enjoying the age-old goth scenarios, you know? I sit down straight so that my waistcoat doesn't look so shit. Hope those in the UK are managing to keep cool, sitting here with the pups, all ready for some epic crack. To be fair, most of the days where I live at the moment are jumping between unreasonably fucking hot and unreasonably fucking cold. So it's always a mixed bag. Yesterday was ridiculously fucking hot until I got home, and then it was fucking freezing, and I was like, oh my god, I might have to close the window. But I didn't close the window because I knew that in the morning it was going to be ridiculously fucking hot again. So yeah, it's been bouncing around. I will say that this is the first time in a very, very, very long time that when you go out into the world, everything's like, all of the plant life is dead. People's front gardens, just bleached old corpses of grasses and plants and what have you. My back garden, everything is dead. Apart from like the big tree that's been there for 1,000,000 years. and like the evergreen, but even the evergreen is like getting yellow leaves and stuff. It's bad. It's bad. But hey, remember, friends, there's no such thing as climate change. That's what all the corporations tell us. No, so don't believe the scientists. Ignore the scientists. The scientists are telling you facts, which, as we all know, are really lies. Just believe the corporations. Corporations that are definitely not destroying our entire world. Definitely not. I'm gonna whip down a wee bit because I realized that I'm fucking way far behind. Oh my god, I'm so far behind. I'm gonna whip right the way down. Right the way down, because Jesus H. Christ and the Wheel of Donkey. If I've missed people coming in, how's it going, Sway? How you doing? Please just say something in chat and I will do my best to catch up. Because now we've now got to that stage, friends. We've now got to that stage where we are too big a beautiful community in order for me to get every single message. Do you know what I mean? Disrupted Harmony, how you doing? You beautiful being. Welcome on in. Cringe is one of my personality descriptors for sure. Fucking hate it. Genuinely, like as a point of reference, you know that feeling of cringing when you're watching like a TV series or a rom-com or something like that, and there is a cringe-worthy moment? I hate that feeling. I absolutely hate that feeling. It is one of the worst feelings in the world. Cringing hurts me, literally and figuratively. Not very hard to make me laugh. That's a good thing, Jenna. Jenna the Leo, that is absolutely a good thing. I'm glad that you are not hard to make laugh. Jenna Miss Joy, how you doing? How's it going? Small amount of dad jokes I find amusing. I'm glad. I'm glad that you all find them amusing. Oh my god. I'm glad that you get them. Genuinely, on a serious note, I'm glad that you get amusement out of them. And every so often, what is it? Well, it's like once every 200 to 300 dad jokes, one of them makes me genuinely laugh. It's a very rare occurrence, but it does happen occasionally. Just like to giggle at Valen like a group of schoolgirls. Oh, I see. I see how it is. The reaction is worth it. Scandalous, I tell you. Bloody scandalous. Getting rid of Windows and going back to DOS. I will be moving over to Linux. Zabadian. I'll be moving over to Linux at some stage because I'm done with it. I have quite a lot of patience with a lot of different things. And there is a certain level where I just get to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm done now. Yeah, some of you who have been around for a while will have seen it when I play computer games. I'll get to a certain point with a computer game of doing the same shit over and over and over again, and I'm like, cool, I'm done now. And I'll turn it off and I will never look at it again. And it will just be done. And most of the time people are like, okay, he's done now. But actually, by that point, I am so angry. So angry that I'm just like, okay, there is no element of this that will ever be okay ever again. And the fury that I am feeling will make me scorn the developers forevermore. It's like that level. And I think I'm actually genuinely getting to that level with Microsoft, where I'm like, I am now at a point where I am so angry every day with the way that everything keeps changing constantly. Meaning that, mainly because it means that, well, first of all, it's annoying that it changes anyway, but mainly because it means that I am then, in my eyes, wasting time. Like, I've got a lot of stuff to do. I got a lot of dreams that need fulfilled. I've got a lot of things going on in my life. I cannot afford to waste time fixing stupid fucking audio issues that shouldn't even be there because of a stupid fucking Windows update that I then have to sit and spend that time doing it. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Just started an alt goth upcycling fashion brand. If you have any textiles you want rid of, let me know. I appreciate that, Wheezy Gal. We have like a big recycling facility that takes textiles as well, so I tend to just bag them all up and stick them in there. By the time that I finish with like clothing and stuff like that, it's not really suitable for anybody else's use because I keep cutting it up and adapting it and changing stuff, you know. What music is playing now? Just a royalty-free synthwave playlist, Becca Gone By. I can link you to it if you want. It's like 11 hours of royalty-free synthwave music. Now just stick it on and let it run. Means that I'm not going to get caught up by copyright or anything like that. You once read the DOS 5.0 manual, talk about EMS, XMS, and all sorts of fun. Don't recommend it. Oh god, that sounds like it would drive me literally insane. You lived through those days? Good lord. Good lord. At one stage, I really wanted to be a computer programmer, and then I took one lesson in being a computer programmer and realized I fucking hate it. I hate it. I just cannot get my brain to engage with it in any way, shape, or form. I can't do it. I've tried. I can't do it. So excited about it. So up a storm. Love to hear it. Can't say that it's got nothing to do with it, but it does sound like something's resetting. Did it start with the addition of my new graphics card? Technically speaking, yes, Razotter. To answer your question from ages ago, we installed. So I took out the old graphics card, put in the new hard drive, put in the new graphics card, and then Sembar installed, like, came on my computer and installed all of the relevant software from the old software to the new software for the new graphics card. However, before he could do that, before he could install the new software, it kept coming up with an error saying that something needed to update or upgrade. And it was the Windows update. It was like, there is an update waiting. You can't install any new like software until you've done the Windows update, which was annoying. So it was like, okay, we've done the Windows update. Let's do that. Did the Windows update, installed the new software. And originally, if you recall, when like the first stream after we'd installed the new graphics card, I was getting quite frustrated because I was like, why the fuck is this new technology fucked up my audio? That makes no sense. Why does a graphics card literally has nothing to do with audio systems at all? And the hard drive is just a hard drive. It's just a plug and play hard drive. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason why these things should be affecting my audio systems. This is very confusing. And for the longest period of time, I genuinely thought there was an issue with the way I'd installed it, or an error on the I had a faulty technology or something like that. And it was only when speaking to other creators who didn't have any tech upgrades that said that they'd been having loads and loads of audio issues since the Windows update. And then I was like, oh fuck yeah, no, we had to do a Windows update in order to install that stuff. So all of my audio issues are because of Windows. It's got nothing to do with my technology. It's like, why you like this? Why? You know? Amita Baha. Oh my god, how you doing? How's it going, you cheeky devil? Amita Baha. Doing a clean clear as well. Did big tidy. Plus, I'll be moving to a different state. Ooh, how exciting! Fresh start is an all-round reboot. Yeah. If that's what you need in life, do it. If you're staying where you are, Valen, then you still have a local support, which is a great boon. Yeah, I don't have any major plans to move. I just want to clear out the shite in my house, if that makes sense. I just want to clear out the shite in my house. There's too much stuff in my house. I just want to get rid of it all. Solution for your audio issue is mixing board with a channel for the mic, separate computer with a browser on a different channel, a computer connected to the output for OBS, then a computer on a separate input channel for the game, a computer for the alerts, never issues with channels hopping, channel hopping software. Well, you're telling me to have 5 computers, Zabadin? 5 computers will sort out my issues. 5 computers and a mixing board. I mean, I will be going for a mixing board. That is my next thing. It'll be a mixing board. I had the option of buying a mixing board when I first started upgrading my sound software, and I decided to go for the Go XLR because I thought it would be easier to use. I thought it was more versatile for streaming. I thought there were a lot more benefits to it. And actually, in hindsight, that was one of the stupidest mistakes I could have made. If I'd have gone for the mixing board, everything else would have been far simpler. Would have been so much easier. But hindsight is 2020, right? No worries, Van Braver. You take it easy, beautiful being. Take it easy. Take it easy. How's it going to be selling a local shop? Sounds amazing. Sounds amazing for sure. Q in, hello, you beautiful individual. I'm really pushing away from as much US tech as I can, mostly Steam. Seems to stick there. I've never had an issue with Steam. I've never had an issue with Steam. Steam's always been all right. But I fully understand that technology will always fuck up for some people. Do you know what I mean? So if it's fucked up for you, I'm gutted to hear it. Gutted to hear it. The main reason why I use Steam over any others, well, 2 reasons. 1, because it has the largest variety of games, and 2, because all of my friends are on Steam, which means that it's easier for us to play together. You know. How Microsoft understands consent. Select yes, or Celeste, ask me again later. Exactly. You love Coprolite? It's actually really pretty. What, fossilized feces is really pretty, yeah? My father's GP called me. Yeah, when a GP calls the family, it's not a good time. Oh, God. Hope everything's okay, Zabadian. So Dracula stream's been doing well on the VODs. That's cool. Yeah, to be fair, it's one of the first things that, like, it's the first time I've really promoted the VODs channel at all. Because I'd never really considered that people would really, unless they were like part of this community, do you know what I mean? If they're already part of like the stream community, then it kind of makes sense that they might miss a stream or they'll want to go back and watch it. So I've never really thought to keep promoting the VODs channel, especially not on other platforms. However, I decided to do it for the vampire one, for the Dracula one, because audiobook stuff. And that seems, it seems to be doing very, very well. We've actually hit over 1,000 subscribers on the VODs channel, which I never thought would happen in a million fucking years, which means I just need the 4,000 hours watched before I can start monetizing that channel, which is mind-boggling to me. That was never a channel that I was never, not quite monetization time. I'm at 2,735 hours out of the 4,000 hours. So if people are watching putting my streams on in the background or watching them when I'm not live or catching up or what have you, then eventually we'll get there, you know. But still very exciting that like I said, it's beyond anything that I ever thought. I never thought anybody would, like, my VODs channel would get 1,000 subscribers. That's mind-boggling to me, you know. Abraxas, how you doing, you cheeky devil? I just saw a music video a few days ago that had me thinking of you. The song is Somebody's Gonna Love Me by Spencer Sutherland. Don't know if you would like the music, but I feel like you might appreciate the makeup and slightly theatric of the gentleman in the video. Abraxas, I actually know Spencer Sutherland, not personally. I know Spencer Sutherland because they have a song called Drama that I think Eris Ptolemy originally introduced me to, and I became quite the fan of that. Drama. Drama, baby, believe in you. Oh, wanna. Yeah. So I do know Spencer Sutherland because of that song. Here is just unreasonably hot. Yeah, I can imagine Lupasara. Absolutely. Absolutely. But the nights are drawing in, which means that autumn is close. Thank fucking God. Yeah, I suppose it's, well, it's like 20 past 8 now, and it's definitely getting a bit darker. Oh yeah, autumn's coming in for sure. That's wild because it's been raining torrential downpours where I live, so everything's so green. Wow. Yeah, everything in my garden's dead, which is wild because I had a friend come around. I do not have a green finger by any stretch of the imagination. Calm yourself. But a friend came around to help me with my garden because she fucking loves gardening. She is a big fan of tending to a garden and looking after stuff and what have you. So she came around, she got rid of all my weeds, she dug up all my flower beds, she put a whole load of new plants in them. I just felt really fucking guilty because all of the plants that she like put in, or that she had from her own garden, like taken from her own garden, have all died. And I followed her instructions. I like watered them not on the leaves. I watered them under the leaves later in the evening when it was cooler and like cooler down, so they like all of the water wouldn't just immediately evaporate and shit like that. I've actually taken every single time I clean this fish tank, which I did this morning, I take the water from there because that water, especially when I clean the filter and stuff, is obviously filled with organic matter, aka fish poop. And that is really, really good fertilizer for the vast majority of plants and stuff. So I always, every single time I clean the fish tank out, I am putting that poopy water directly under the plants. Do you know what I mean? I say under because I move the leaves out the way and pour it on the soil itself. So it should be really, really good, but everything's just dying. Everything's just dying. Pain in the ass. But my poor orchids are struggling too. Yeah, my orchids are in like glass bowls, so I just keep the water filled up and they seem to be all right. They seem to be doing okay, but it's intense because there's two ways that you can deal with orchids, as I have found out through Robinson Crusoe, who was in chat earlier. Either you can take them out and just soak their roots and then just let them drain out and just let all of that water sit there, or you can put them in like little fish bowls and fill the fish bowls full of like bark, like wood chippings, and put them in there and just make sure that it is always about half full with water or thereabouts. I think it's like a third to a half full with water in order to make sure it's all. And yeah, my orchids have been all right. So yeah, I'm gutted that your orchids have been struggling though, Niverin. But I know that you live on like the top floor of a building, so like all of the heat from the lower floors will rise up, won't they? So you'll be getting extra heat. Extra bloody heat. I'm glad that we've been able to take a bite into Dracula. Cheeky, excessive idling. Can't have them all the time. Upon reflection, it's truly good. A godlike book. I can't wait to get a better stake on the story. God damn it. Good lord, excessive idling. Well, to be fair, I did put up the new donation goal rewards, which for those people that don't know, every single time that we have a donation goal, I give it to the community and I say, what would you like as a reward, as a way for me to say thank you for you hitting donation goals. The last one was to do another Labyrinth stream. And from the looks, the vote will be up for another few days, so don't worry, there's no rush for it. It's in the announcement section of the Discord for those people that are interested. It is currently, you're looking at a part 4 of the Labyrinth TTRPG stream. If we hit it, followed by, well, this is in order of current preference. Labyrinth TTRPG stream at the top, followed by the Dracula audiobook reading, followed by a stream about the dinosaur with double D's, which is a dating simulator where you play a dinosaur that has massive tits. And then at the very bottom, we've got the Sega Lion King stream, which is the hardest game of all time, or a community movie night, which would then be voted before by the community. But, you know, I've got a tiny little eyelash that is causing me all kinds of aggro. It's tickling me in all the wrong way. Thank you very much. Yeah, go vote. Go vote. Go vote. Absolutely. Whatever it is, vote for all the ones that you would like to see. Unless you want to specifically go for a one specific one. Do you know what I mean? How's it going, Alec? Hello, you beautiful individual. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. But actually, I really enjoyed Dracula. I really enjoyed the Dracula read through. We read the first 3 chapters, and it was excellent. I was worried that it was going to be really, really dry. I've definitely warned by a couple of people in the community that there was a risk of it being too dry, as in too dry a literature to read. But actually, I think maybe it's better when it's done audibly. But actually, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really, really good beginning, and I'm intrigued to see what the next bit is. But the way that we do those streams is, like I say, they are reward streams. So I'm too busy to just do them off my own back, unfortunately. You know? Don't worry, they're being pragmatic and allowing North Sea oil extraction. Yeah, but that as much as I am angry about that, I understand it at the very least. I understand it at the very least. I don't like it, but I understand it. Getting much easier up in Scotland. Yeah. I was about to say, I know that up in Scotland there's quite a few like wildfires and stuff because it's been so dry, right? That's what Major Jiggle was saying the other day. Retype regarding, excuse me, your major clear up. I've just started an old cloth. Oh yeah, no, I saw that. Thank you very much, Wheezy Gal. I did scroll up with that a little bit. But yeah, no, I tend to just recycle everything because, like I said, by the time I'm done with something, it's pretty done. There's not much left of it, you know. There's not much left of it. Don't listen to him, love the new people. He's always behind in chat. I am always behind in chat. It's true. However, like, I'm gonna have to find a way to be a bit more ruthless with trying to keep up with chat, because I end up getting like 40 to 50 minutes behind in chat, and that's just a piss take. Because the thing is, by the time I get to that point, none of you remember what we're talking about, never mind me, you know. So it just becomes impossible to do. Nettles, how you doing? How's it going? A guy walks into a bar. Ouch. Oh my god, 4 guys walk into a bar. Fifth guy ducks. Jesus Christ, Nettles. Good lord. Some of our channel point redeems are still off from the other day. Yep. Yeah, they are. I know full well that you wanted to get me to do the dad joke, and it's not going to happen, Aristotle. Not today. No, you have a tattoo. Do you plan on getting any more? Yes, I am getting one on... Where's my diary? Why is that not saved? Sorry, I've got the appointment card upstairs, but I'm pretty sure it's the 27th of August. I'm getting another one. I'm getting another tattoo. In fact, I'm even tempted to get a few more finger tattoos. I want another one. I want a finger tattoo on this finger and then this middle finger. I don't think I'll get more than that though. I think I'll keep it at just the 3. But yes, I will be getting more tattoos. I'm getting something down here in this section here. And I was tempted to look at UV ink, but apparently it's not very good. Not very good for you, and it's not suitably tested on human beings to be considered to be safe. I'm currently reading my textbook, chapter 19, about the male anatomy. Give me ideas to punish our software overlords. I'm not surprised. Not surprised. Anthony Kim, speaking of vampires, I've just ordered a copy of Interview with the Vampire due to the TV show hype, and I heard it's a good read. It's very different from the TV show, I will say, Anthony Kim. If you aren't expecting to read the book and it be anything like the TV show, don't think it is. I have started reading the book again because of the TV show. I've owned it for years. I've just not had the chance to really read it. I started reading the book because of the TV show, and it is very different. Like, the TV show is great, and it's definitely based off of the books, but it is very, very different. Just got a laptop for travel and a couple of days ago, and Go and Apple gas. Low-end Apple has better build and specs than I could get elsewhere. Might put another operating system on it. I mean, I fucking hate Apple as a company, but if that's what works for you, I fully understand it. I fully understand it. Absolutely. Love that you cut things up and all the things yourself. Oh god, yeah. I like clothing, but I prefer to make it a bit more my own, if that makes sense, you know. Got a trance playlist. That too, no copyright. Yeah. I was looking for a Victorian piano music playlist that is royalty free, and I can't find one. Can't find one that's royalty free, so I might just have to buy one and buy the rights to it, you know. Karma Dash, hello you cheeky devil. Tattoo of Pizza the Goose went. Not a chance. Not a chance. Pizza the Goose. Jesus Christ. Forgot all about that, Karma. Forgot all about that. Did you notice today? Thank you so much for subscribing on YouTube. I'm not streaming on YouTube before anybody is like, what? It's connected, so it pops up. It pops up. Racy Novel, how you doing? I love being a software tester. Tickles both sides of my brain. Oh, absolutely. If that's what works for you, that would drive me up the fucking wall. But if that what works for you, on board it for sure. For sure. Linux can require a lot of tweaking initially, but one, it allows you to do it, and two, once it's set up, it tends not to change on its own / via update. Windows, it works for a while, maybe typically for a while, and then boom, out of nowhere it doesn't. Yeah, that's like, I am all for, as we talked about in like the other day, I am all for updates that are useful and essential. I am not for random updates. I am not for corporations shoehorning in stuff that they want you to have regardless of whether you want it or not. I'm not about that. I'm not about that. I like to know what is going on in my life and on my technology and in my household, and it weirds me out that there is an option for me not to know that, you know? Oop. I miss chat, and I am relieved that I'm being home again and doing better. Wanted to know how you are. Yeah, I'm doing all right, thank you. I've had a long weekend, Scar. This weekend, Carly was talking about earlier, was going to be a photo shoot where I was going to do a photo shoot with the beautiful Sway, who's a phenomenal photographer. However, in order to save me a little bit of brain space and save everyone else a little bit of brain space that was involved, because we were all a bit stressed last week, we decided to postpone it till later on in the month, which I'm excited about now, because this weekend I wasn't dreading it by any stretch of imagination, but I was kind of like, okay, right, I've got to get this stuff sorted, then I need to work this out, then I need to do these bits and pieces, and it was just like, I was not excited about it. It just became something that it's another thing for me to do, if that makes sense. Whereas now it's in a couple of weeks and I've got a little bit more freedom to think about it and start to think about concepts and theories, ideas, like visions and stuff like that. I'm really looking forward to it. Very itchy lips today, friends. How's it going, Zabadi? Oh, Zabadi, and you go sleep, you beautiful being. Go sleep, you beautiful being. I appreciate you. So yeah, I'm excited about it. But as a result, it meant that this weekend was more free. And instead of going out and getting absolutely off my face drunk, like I could have done, I've not been in a particularly social mood recently, friends. I will confess, I've not been in a particularly social mood, which is unusual for me, but it's probably a sign that there's a lot of things going on in my subconscious that I'm not fully cognizant of. But I think that helped me a little bit, because it meant that it was like, okay, I'm not feeling social. I don't want to be hanging around people. I don't want to be doing bits and pieces. I just want to use this weekend usefully. So I did a whole load of my bookkeeping, my accounts that I need to hand in before, well, they need to be in before January, but my accountant requires all the information before like October. So I was like, if I do it now, then at least it's fucking done. And I haven't finished yet. I still got some other bits to do, but at least I'm a good chunk into it. I've done a whole load of it so far, which is good. But as a result, it means that I've spent 2 days looking at numbers and photographing receipts and searching emails to find receipts and invoices, because it's not just Twitch income, donation income, like expenses on bits and pieces. It's also all the event stuff that I do, all of the ticket money coming in, all of the invoices I've got to pay, all of the random bits that we buy in order to make the entire event worthwhile. It becomes a very intense process of trying to document it all and make sure I've got receipts for everything and what have you. Fortunately, I've done all of the event stuff now, which is a massive chunk of it. So now it's the other bits and pieces. But I do need to speak to my accountant, because one of my little side projects, pays in dollar, which isn't a strange thing to me. I get paid in dollar for Twitch. I get paid in dollar for like YouTube and TikTok and Facebook. They all pay me in dollar, which is annoying as shit, but it is what it is. But the side project, I set up a separate bank account, and the separate bank account is a dollar bank account. So I need to speak to my accountant and be like, hey, when I'm documenting that income, do I need to document it when I convert the dollar over to GBP, Great British Pound? Or do I need to go through when the money is received every single time and work out what the GBP rate would be on that specific day and document that amount? And if so, what happens to the excess when I do convert it from dollar to GBP? Because the whole reason why I'm doing it that way around is because the dollar is shite at the moment. And if I can wait for the dollar to be good again in a couple of years' time, then I should make a lot more money from the exchange rates. Do you know what I mean? So there's some weird convoluted nature of accounting that is boggling my little brain. That's big brain think. Yeah, Melancholy Geek. I never really gave a shit about it for many moons. I genuinely didn't fucking care. And I was like, fuck it comes in, it's the exchange rate, it is whatever. I don't have money to spare by any stretch of the imagination, so I never really considered it. And it was only when I realized that I was getting screwed by the fall in the dollar, like with my average Twitch paycheck, that I was like, fuck, I need to be a bit more careful with this shit. I need to get like a bank account that is in dollar, and if there are other incomes that I could put into that bank account instead of coming directly into my bank account, so that I can transfer it when the dollar is high again, then I will make more money effectively, you know? I will make more money. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But yeah, other than the fact that my brain is melted because I've been made to do maths for 2 days, maths and receipt checking for 2 days, I'm all right. I'm okay. Thank you very much for asking, you know? Internally, I'm 84-year-old woman, so all of this is alien language to me. That's entirely fair, Jenna. It was alien language to me, like prior to me becoming a streamer on Twitch. I was clueless, absolutely bloody clueless when it came to technology, because I was a thespian, I was an actor, I was a performer. I didn't really know any of this tech shite. And it's only because of, well, the pandemic, when I was like, cool, I'm going to become a full-time content creator because I've had 7 tours cancelled, that I was like, right, well, I don't have a choice. I need to learn this shit. Do you know what I mean? I need to learn this shit. And I've learned fucking loads, and yet there always seems to be more stuff. There always seem to be more stuff. I love how optimistic you are about the US economy. Thinking the dollar will get better. And the dollar will get better. The dollar will get better when there's a change at the top of the power structure, as it were. Ladies and gentlemen, all genders outside between, delve deep into your pits of popcorn and throw them at the raiders, throw them at these cheeky devils. Look at these people coming in here. I mean, really, could you even imagine who do they think they are? The absolute audacity, the scandal, the preposterousness, the outrage. How very dare you, Herald of Chaos, coming in with your beautiful human beings. Herald of Chaos with the Knights of Chaos. Yes, yes. How you doing, Herald of Chaos, you beautiful individual people from my stream? Go and check out the glorious Herald of Chaos, an old school friend of mine who I met at the Alternative Model of the Year competition about fucking hell, like a decade ago. There or thereabouts. It was like thereabouts. You've just finished Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. Congratulations, buddy. Congratulations. That's wild. That is wild. Was it your first time playing it? And if so, how did you find it? How did you find it? But yeah, people go check out my dear friend Herald of Chaos. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful individual. When I first started streaming on Twitch, we all did like a gaming session together where we played like board games and stuff online, because it was the middle of the pandemic and it was chaotic, but wonderful, wonderful time. Great individual. And yeah, just go check him out. Go do the bits and pieces, especially if you like delightfully nerdy bits and pieces like reenactment stuff. Because Herald of Chaos, do you still do the reenactment stuff? First and interesting first go. Cool. Do you still do the reenactment stuff, Herald of Chaos? I know you used to, but I wasn't sure whether you still did. It's been a long time since I've talked to you about it, I suppose, you know? Friends, if you're new here, 2 things you need to know about this channel. 1, not allowed to apologize. Instead of saying sorry, try saying thank you. Instead of saying sorry I'm late, say thanks for waiting. Instead of saying sorry I'm such a burden, say thanks for being there for me. It'll make you a much more positive individual. 2, if you're under the age of 18, I have to ask you to leave. I've got to ask you to leave, for I am a colossal filth wizard and only corrupting the ears of the young. You shouldn't be in here if you're under the age of 18, because I'm pretty sure Herald of Chaos has an 18+ channel, but still, you know. Still want to, but haven't had the time. I see. No, entirely fair. Entirely fair. Life be like that sometimes. We were just talking about shit like that. I've spent the weekend doing adult things like my books, aka my accounts, aka bookkeeping. It's like a whole fucking thing. But thank you so much for bringing your people over here. If you need to disappear off, go grab a snaffly treat or a delightful beverage, please go do so. Please look after yourself. Please do what you need to do, you cheeky little devil. I really appreciate that. I'm a self-described weapons grade autistic. I see. As in, you are so unbelievably obsessed with the weapons, and that might be down to the hyperfocus of the autism. Is that what you're referring to? Is that what's going on here? Because I can fully understand that. I feel like a lot of people in this community that have got autism would absolutely agree and fully understand that as well. You know? Basically, yes. But for any topic. Oh, okay. Fair. That is fair. Absolutely. The hyperfocus is strong. Your specialist interest just takes over your life. Entirely fair. Entirely fair. Where was that? There we go. Any Halloween fans out there? Yes. Becca Gone By, I think everybody here is a Halloween fan, and we make a big fucking thing out of it on the channel, for sure. For sure. We'll definitely be having a Halloween party this year. Because I didn't really have one last year, and I got really upset about it. So I'm probably going to have a Halloween party this year. It just depends on how busy my October is. No worries, Herald of Chaos. Thank you so much. Go walk the dog out. Much love. Appreciate your face. You take it easy. Much love to your darling partner as well, you beautiful bean. Can we vote for your Halloween costume? Maybe. I'll say it's a maybe because I don't want to commit to anything. Because, like, last year, for example, friends, last year, I didn't have a free day from the middle of September till the first week in January. As in, I didn't have a single day off. I was working every single one of those days, with the exception of Christmas Day and only Christmas Day. Goes, sweet. So I don't want to commit to I don't want to overly commit to how much I've got to prepare for a Halloween party if it turns out that I'm really fucking busy again. Do you know what I mean? Then I got hives at the end of January. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oof, 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 oof. You deserve a vacation with how hard you work? Yes. Probably. I'm not going to take one, though. Like, the workaholic nature that I've got is multiple folds. We're gonna have a moment of vulnerability for you, friends. The dedication that I have to my workaholic nature comes from many different places. Okay, comes from many different places. The Alice Cooper costume. It was Alice Cooper in Wonderland, wasn't it? Where I had the Alice in Wonderland outfit with the Alice Cooper makeup and hair and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a whole thing. So it comes from many places. First of all, I fucking love what I do. I absolutely fucking love what I do. My life is very fucking busy and full of bits and pieces, but generally speaking, I love the industry. I love the industry of content creation. I love the industry of event management. I love the industry of cabaret. I love all of these things. I love the creativity of them, and therefore I am obsessed with those bits and pieces. The second element of it is the fact that I can't afford not to be, because the downside to each of those industries is the fact that because they're so creative, because they are so fun, because they are so like they are considered to be dream jobs. I say that with inverted commas because no job is a dream job, because they always have downsides in some way, shape or form. Because they are considered to be dream jobs, it means that everybody wants to do them, and they are usually very, very expensive to start and usually very, very expensive to keep going at. And it all depends on how popular you are at the time as to whether you sell all your tickets, whether you get enough people coming to stream and subscribing, you know, like those elements. And it literally is like, I can't afford to take vacation. I can't afford to take time off. I can't afford to do a lot of the things that a lot of people would do, because I don't get sick pay. I don't get holiday pay. Any time that I take off is very specifically a time that I am not earning. And at the moment, things are so with a mix of the fall in the dollar, meaning that each paycheck I get out of Twitch, I actually get less Great British pounds, my home country currency, out of each paycheck because of the dollar rate, and a mix of the fact that all the bills are going up. Everyone's like rent and gas and electric and internet and stuff like that is all going up. So it just means that I don't have as much flexibility. I wouldn't say I can't take time off if it was an emergency, you know, but like I don't have as much flexibility, if that makes sense. And thirdly, I've talked about this very briefly in the past. Last year, 2025, both in January and in June, I had a very big change in my circumstances that, without mincing words, fucked me up. It fucked me up. And I am still very damaged because of it. And work is a great distraction. Work is a great way to keep my mind fucking busy. So those are the three reasons. Being completely open and truthful and honest with you, those are the three reasons why I am such a workaholic. Mainly because I fucking love what I do. Secondly, because I can't really afford not to. And thirdly, because it keeps my brain fucking busy, so that it isn't thinking about things that are gonna fuck me up, you know? Don't get me wrong, I do take the time to process. When I can feel. We've talked very briefly about this. The fact that I'm very detached from deep emotion, like the deep levels of like love and grief and connection and stuff like that. They're all a little bit alien to me at the moment. When I do have a pocket of deep emotion, I do take the time to feel it as much as I possibly can until it fades away back into nothingness again. So I see you processing stuff at the moment. Not really at the moment, Caro. I'm still very, like, at the moment, like when I think about the stuff that messed me up last year, for example, there's still very raw to me. I'm thinking about it very, very logically. And I know why. I know why that situation was. I know entirely the scenario. The scenario was that my mental capacity got pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed to breaking point that when a very specific event happened, I broke. And I'm not saying that I'm broken by any stretch of the imagination. I'm saying that my brain just went, you can't deal with this, so you're not going to. You can't deal with this level of emotion, this level of grief, this level of heartbreak, this level of fucking mortification. You cannot deal with it, so you're not going to. You're just not going to feel anything. You are going to be able to logically determine all the bits and pieces. You're going to see it all out, and you are going to know that it's fucked you up. But you're not going to be able to feel that fuck up. And when I do feel it, whew, it is potent. It is a powerful, powerful, powerful thing. And I do my absolute best to hold on to it for as long as possible, no matter how much it fucking hurts, because, and it does fucking hurt, because that is where it's in those moments of feeling that I am able to process properly. That and dreams. Dreams are weird. Dreams are getting me to process some weird shit. But yeah, it just keeps me, like I said, it's not that I'm not processing stuff right now, but thank you very much for thinking that way. But I'm not processing stuff right now. It's just that I'm just consciously aware of the facts, you know. I know full well that like 2 years ago, for example, if I was having this level of vulnerability, I'd be getting a little bit choked up. Where I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna be a bit more vulnerable with my community. I'm gonna be a bit more open with them. I'm gonna lay it down as just like how I am. And first of all, I personally have a major issue with people pitying me. Fucking hate pity. Like, it makes me so angry when people pity me. I'm like, fuck off with your pity. Go suck somebody else's dick. I don't give a shit. I don't need pity. I just need to get on with shit, you know. So I have a major issue with people pitying me, and I worry that people are going to pity me if I am like open and honest and vulnerable, if that makes sense. So I know full well that if this kind of conversation had happened like 2 years ago, when I was definitely a lot more emotional, definitely a lot more in touch with my emotions, as it were, I would start getting choked up. I'd start being like, okay, I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna, like, I wouldn't say nervous, but certainly conscious of like ramifications, you know, maybe a little bit anxious or what have you. And that would have been very difficult for me. But now I don't give a shit. Like right now, I'm like, yeah, this is the way things are. Because I don't feel any of that. This is what I mean by it's like I don't feel the deep emotion. I don't feel anything that could potentially hold me back, because it just isn't there. It's like, all right, cool, fair enough. At some stage it will be there, and I'll deal with it, but it's not there at the moment, you know. Valent Hugline starts here. I appreciate that. Processing avoidance. I don't avoid it. It's just not there. Like, my brain will not let me handle it, if that makes sense. You hear my brain melty when I need to de-stress. Much appreciated. You are very welcome. Very, very welcome. I understand that, going through something similar, so I'm good to hear that. I genuinely am. I can feel surface emotions. It's just the deep ones. Like, I still feel happy, still feel sad, still laugh, still do the bits and pieces, but it's the deep ones that affect your sort of like your very fucking soul that just aren't there. Or certainly not there at the moment, you know. They'll be there again. I'm not afraid. I'm not worried. They'll resurface at some stage, but I just don't feel it, you know. I'm gutted to hear that, Becca. So don't know girls give Valen a vacation processing time? Not a chance. I also saw Alec Wallace there. Wait, Valen, are you telling me to spend, you need more money thrown at you? No, Alec. No, you cheeky devil. Asticon, how you doing as well? Alec, you are far too bloody kind already. You are far too bloody kind already, you beautiful, beautiful man. I appreciate you so much. You do so many things for so many people. Those of you that don't know Alec, just trust in the fact that they're a wonderful, wonderful being. They are one of those people, one of those rare people in life who are like the whole reason why they donate, they give to other streamers and myself included, is because they're like, I have money and I know that the community wants to but might not be able to because of their own personal circumstances, so I donate on behalf of the entire community to because I can. And if I can do it to help others feel good about the situation, then even better. They're just wonderful. Wonderful being. I appreciate you, Alex, so much. And I hope the kids are all right. Hope the kids are all doing well. And yeah, I'd realized I haven't had an update about what's going on with life at the recently, but I hope you're doing well. Ox Camus, how you doing? Sense a strong disturbance in the force. Are you a fellow Arch BTW user, perhaps? I am not. I don't believe so, Ox Camus.
Alec is being far too kind. Confound them.
What did you do? What did you do? Alec! Fuck pity, you earned it. Get loved, nerd. Friends, can we get some egos in chat? Say a massive thank you to Alec Wallace for that big 25% of our donation goal. From zero to 25% already. That is really fucking kind of you, friend. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. That... You little shit. You little bloody shit. God damn it. Alec is indeed being amazing. Indeed. God damn it. Spoil is what I am. Spoiled bloody rotten. Also, yes, I agree. Fuck pity. Minya, come here, cheeky devil. What do you like claiming cheeky kisses, you cheeky individual, you? Snack time, yeah. Could you get cookies or candy? Both. Why not? I asked earlier, but I may have missed it. What Linux OS are you looking at? Interested in knowing what the streamer may use. I'm honestly not sure. Yeah, Grito. I don't know whether you're still here because I realized that conversation went. But I'm not entirely sure yet. I would have to speak to Sembar. Sembar is planning on trialing out a certain Linux on theirs. But if there's suggestions, I'll happily make a note of them. In fact, do you know what? I'll put in the tech space on our Discord a thing about it, and maybe we'll make a thread on it because, you know, we will be okay. It is inevitable. Racing novel. My own father, Papa Vane, once said to me, it'll all be all right in the end. And if it's not all right, it's not the end. And I very much stick to that mantra. It'll all be all right in the end. And if it's not all right, it's not the end. And it's like, yeah, that makes complete sense. That makes all the sense in the world. Clip Commander, how you doing? Welcome on in, you beautiful being. Welcome on in. Hey up, how you doing? I'm gonna whip down a wee bit again. Yup, gave you away, yeah. Don't forget to buy a copy of Windows for each of those 5 computers. Oh yeah, Hewin, fucking hell. Oh, you've kept on with Steam, which works, but trying to move away from US tech as a whole, that's fair. That is fair. Being less dependent on... Well, I know that there are a variety of European governments, aren't there, that are looking at moving away from... moving their entire government system over to Linux because they cannot trust... or they don't feel that they can trust Microsoft with their public security anymore. How's it going, Salty Seeking? How you doing, you beautiful bean? Frankie D, you cheeky little devil, how's it going?
Hand it to my ego.
Oh, I'm so far behind again.
Hand it to it.
Think we
Goodness
could
me.
get hugs. Nice warm Valen hugs. Unless they are cold vampire hugs.
Absolutely.
Red heart.
You can 110% get hugs. I don't know how you... Hold on. Come here. There you go. There you go. All good. Shh, shh, shh. It's okay. All right. I got you. I got you. There you go. You have to rub foreheads. You do not have to rub foreheads. You do not have to rub foreheads. Swear.
Asticon is being far too kind. Confound them.
Explain yourself. Explain yourself. Asticon, explain yourself. Asticon, what is this? Asto thick, Asto trousers, Asto pog. Asticon, thank you so much, you beautiful being. Can we get some egos in chat? Say a massive thank you to Asticon, taking us to 37% of the fucking donation goal. That's ridiculous. 24 is an abundant number. I mean, yeah. Also, Druidess Midian, how you doing? Coming in with the 10 streams in a row you've been streaking through. Unfortunately, it's too cold to be running around complete naked. So you're comfy on the sofa, sat in cozy clothes, and a heat pad on the go. My God, warm and happy. How you do that in the middle of a heat wave? It boggles my little mind. Boggles my little mind. It really does. Right, I'm whipping down because I made you jiggle. I saw you. I also saw Zooty Booty in here as well, talking about fishy bits and pieces. All of the fishy bits and pieces. And then we have the raid from Herald of Chaos. There we go. That's right. If I've missed something in chat, by all means, copy and paste it back into chat. I will read it again. With how many mirrors you have, your makeup should always be on point. No excuses. Sometimes, Becca, either A, the positive of the scenarios is sometimes my face needs a break from makeup. Like yesterday.
Vet is being far too kind. Confound them.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Vet, come here, Gino. What do you like claiming cheeky kisses? Also, what are you doing? Can we get some egos in chat saying a massive thank you to Vet? Gosh, darn it. Enjoying the stream today. Thank you. Thank you so much, you beautiful being. That's really fucking kind of you. Thank you so much. God. Cease and desist, you lot. Cease and desist. Hold on.
Cease and desist.
What was that?
Cease and desist.
Once more.
Cease and desist.
And if they do cease and desist, how will you react?
Huzzah!
I thought so. Absolutely. That's really fucking kind of you, friends. God damn it. Love a little love bombing. Love bomb. No, it's love gun, isn't it? That's it. Love gun. But yeah, sometimes I need a break from the makeup because I wear a lot of makeup generally. Do a lot of filming, so I wear a lot of makeup. And secondly, sometimes I just get a little bit lazy with it. I'm too busy doing other things, or my brain's on other bits and pieces. I tend to wear makeup nearly every day, but sometimes I just get a little bit lazy with it, you know? It's okay to be a little bit lazy with your makeup. Absolutely, you know? I'm autistic too, and I agree. Yeah. Our community, for those people that are new here, our community is extremely neurodiverse. We have a lot of people from all different variety of neurological diversity. We have different genders, we have different ages, we have different religions, we have different races, we have different sexualities. We have probably one of the most diverse communities on Twitch from what I have seen so far. Do you know what I mean? How's it going, Richard near Delphi? Welcome on in. How you doing? Sadly, I'm out of the loop with a lot of the modern world technology. That's why I found it interesting and relatable when other people struggle with modern technology, both in real life and in fictional media. That is fair. That is absolutely fair, Richard. Completely understand that for sure. For sure. Coming on the Halloween costume. That's right. I'll be in New Orleans for Halloween this year. That sounds great. That sounds wonderful. I'm definitely, well, I need to confirm a gig for the day after Halloween. But, you know, other than that, doing all right. Such an itchy nose today. I always get an itchy nose, but I always think it's the worst thing. I have years like that. I've got hives at the end of January. Yeah, fucking hell, racing novel. That sounds awful. That sounds awful. So you're there. So you're there is a maybe. Oh, there's always a maybe. Always a maybe, Rio. Exactly. Can we vote for vacation time? I will say, friends, as much as I genuinely do appreciate people thinking about me in regards to vacation, I have too much to do. And I know that's why a vacation's important. But even if I had a vacation, like, I am at a particular brain space now where even if I had time off, even if for, like, say, fucking hell, I won the national lottery and I had all the money in the world, and it was like suddenly I'm able to take a week off and not have to worry about it and not have to fret over bits and pieces and not have to do bits and pieces, I would be like, I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what to do with myself. Do you know what I mean? I'd literally be like, okay. I suppose I'll get on with some paperwork. This weekend, technically speaking, I didn't need to do my accounts. But I did, because they needed doing, and I'd still choose work. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I wouldn't know what to do with my time. You know? Can I vote for an assistant instead of a vacation? I would love an assistant. One day, Alec, I will make a standard amount of money every month where I can afford to have, I don't know, somebody do some editing work for me or something like that. That would be wonderful. Or somebody to, like, I can send them all of my shorts and they can just post them. You know, that would be lovely. That would be lovely. An admin submissive, yes. They must be in a gimp suit or a PVC French maid outfit at all times. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, that would be lovely. That would be lovely, but it's a way off yet. A gimp suit, Clip Commander, it's a head-to-toe latex suit. Kind of like if you imagine what, like, divers wear when they're going into the water, where it's like literally from the foot all the way over and covers their entire face, apart from like little eye holes and maybe like a little zippy mouth of it or what have you. That's but made purely out of latex. That's like a gimp suit. I realize that in other parts of the world, gimp is actually really offensive, but in the UK at the very least, it is a description of a person who's heavily into a specific type of fetish, whether that be latex or leather or what have you. They cover themselves entirely, usually restrained bits and pieces, you know. I've made with a few of those. Yeah. So have I. Oh, God. How about a nap instead? I can't nap, Becca. I have tried, but I can't actually nap. It's not possible for me to do it. I just lie down and I'm like, I should be doing something else. Finley, how you doing? How's it going? Fetch me the admin gimp. Exactly. I would love an admin gimp. That would be great. Read us spooky stories for Halloween. I'm not against that, Qualia, by any stretch of imagination. We could do a ghost story stream or something like that. That'd be quite fun. You act like he's going to take a vacation, chat. We're stuck with him. It's true. It's true. I'm not going to take a vacation by any stretch of imagination. At some stage, when I transfer my entire... having already spoken about it with Sembar, at some stage when I'm transferring my operating system over from Windows to Linux, which will be happening, because I'm fucking sick of Windows bullshit, when I do that, that's going to take, well, we're hoping it'll only take a day, but we're estimating that we're going to give it a week just in case there are fuck-ups. You know? So at some stage, I will be taking a week off of streaming purely so I can move my entire operating system over to Linux and work out all of the little bits. Do you know what I mean? Work out all the little bits and pieces to make sure there's no hiccups, no creases in the old bed sheets. You know? Might I recommend Catchy OS? Do you know what, Lulu? I will put a thing in the Discord about it in the tech section because I think there's a variety of different options, and people telling me now, much as I genuinely appreciate it, people telling me now, I will absolutely forget. My brain's too full of other bits and pieces, you know? Alice Cooper, Jareth, Frankenfurter, Nosferatu, yeah. We could do a Nosferatu-ferter. Franken Nosferatu. No. Nosferatu-ferter. That's definitely a thing that we could do. A vacation donation goal? No, because as much as I understand it, Racy, I feel guilty. I feel guilty doing donation goals that are just for me. You know what I mean? And like I said, on top of all of that, Frankenratu. Like I said, even if I did a vacation donation goal and took a vacation, I'd fucking hell, even if I sat here with the community and was like, right, okay, let's find a place. We'll roll randomly. We'll do an RNG holiday generator to find out what random holiday I go on in order to get away a little bit. And I would go out there and I'd be like, I wonder if I can work by the pool. Like, I would be lying there on a sunbed by the pool, cooking under the sun, like filming bits and pieces or filming like little shorts or document the entire thing for a YouTube video or something like that, you know? You know, I couldn't do something that I love as work. I'd end up hating it over time. That's entirely fair, Becca. The way that I see it, when it comes to the professional world, generally speaking, there are two types of people. Obviously, there are more than that, but generally speaking, there are two types of people. People who work to live and people who live to work. People who work to live are the ones that want to do their work, get the money from their work, and then use that money to do things that they fucking love doing. People who work jobs that they are bored shitless at or pissed off at, I don't really give a shit about, but they get paid well, so they can use that money to spend on their families, spend on holidays, spend on the big TV that they wanted, whatever the scenario. It's like they do the things that it's like, all right, I'm doing this because it's a fucking job, but I'm using that money so that I can live my life. You know, that is one type of people. The other type of people are people like myself who live to work. I love my job. I love what I do. I love the industry about it. Does it annoy me? Absolutely. Are there bits about it that fuck me off? 110%. Stuff like the Windows update, fucking all my audio shit. Fortunately, I'm touch wood, it hasn't actually messed up this stream, which I'm very, very grateful for, other than that first little bit at the beginning. But, you know what I mean? Like, there are definitely elements of it that piss me the fuck off. But overall, I love what I do. I genuinely do love what I do. So I can understand the whole hating it over time. And there was definitely a period of time, fucking hell, about 3 years ago? Yeah, about 3 years ago that I genuinely debated packing it all in. Just stop being a content creator entirely. Very nearly did. Very nearly did. I was literally in the process of selling this house and applying for jobs. And I very nearly changed my entire life like that. You know, And then I did it. I was making those changes for exactly the right reasons, and I do not regret putting those things in motion, but I would have regretted, I genuinely would, like, if it had been the other way, I would have regretted leaving this as a career. I would have regretted that deeply. You know? You know? This is so real, yeah. As a creative, I just scaled back from 75-hour work week as of last year. Doing creative work is intense. Oh yeah. I for the past 2 months, I have streamed 85 hours in 2 months, and that's not including any of the other work that I do. That's not including any of the shorts that I post every single day. That's not including any of the admin shit. That's not including any of the editing shit. That's not including any of the exporting all the VOD stuff. That's not including all the event stuff that I do. That's not including all the cabaret stuff that I do. That's not including all the rehearsals. That's not including, like, most of it. But I still do an average of approximately, what? 80, 40, 20 hours a week? There or thereabouts, just streaming, never mind everything else. But yeah, it's a pretty wild one. It's a pretty wild one, but I do love it. I do love it. It sounds like a fucking lot of work, and it is a lot of work. But if you think about, like, all of the, generally speaking, if you think about all the work you put into, like, your work, your career, all the work you put into your families, all the work you put into your hobbies, and roll all of those into one, that's what I do. I do the same amount of stuff that you all do in your lives, but my focus is only this, if that makes sense. And I'm passionate about it, you know? And then you didn't. The end. Roll credits. That's it. Done. Done. It feels crazy being here for 6 years nearly. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it feels crazy that I've nearly, like, in next month, end of next month, end of September, is my 8-year streamiversary. 8 years I have been streaming, and 7 of those, or 6.5 of those, have been full-time. You know?
Yeah, you subscribed.
Astacon!
Kind.
Speaking of long times,
That is a long time.
Astropog.
64 months is a bloody long time, Astacon. A bloody long time, friend. Thank you so much for being a paid subscriber. Take us that one step closer to the 60-40 split for August, you beautiful bean. You want to just start in your career? Stick at it. As long as you love it. As long as you love it. As long as it brings you joy. Even if it brings you joy through the medium of giving you money so that you can spend it on other things that you enjoy, then it's worth it. Astacon. I have inscribed your name upon the mirror vein. By having your name upon the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a button Snapchat. In fact, technically, it's a metaphorical Snapchat because I got bored of porn bots. You also get access to all the sexy little emotes, and you get a discount on the merch store. There's no obligation to buy any merch, but it's there as like a pleasant little extra. But the most important thing as well, you know, after 64 months, is you've got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, do I look rough? But goddamn, do I make rough look good? Oh, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. You know? You know? Cheeky little devil, you. That is a long old time. Bloody Nora. Bloody Nora. Oh, can I get a shout out for Astacon, please? If I've got a darling moderator available, I'd appreciate that. I would appreciate that. Itchy nose. Yeah, read all those things. Does pity feel condescending? Oh god, yes, Qualia. Absolutely. And Jenna the Leo, absolutely. There is a difference between pity and empathy. However, people go check out my dear friend Astacon. If you think my voice is nice, you will fucking love Astacon's voice. Astacon plays a lot of science fiction style, like organization games and strategy games and what have you. But that man has the pinnacle, beautiful radio voice. It's the voice of late night radio, where you're just like, read me the shipping forecast. Just read it to me. Read me the shipping forecast. That kind of voice. Okay. So go check him out. Go check him out. Yeah, there is a difference between... Hey, can confirm Astacon does have a beautiful voice. Absolutely. Absolutely made jiggle, for sure. Rock, paper, scissors, dildo. I picked dildo. Dildo wins them all. Always dildo. Help, I'm being acknowledged. It's true. It's so true. Yeah, there is a difference between empathy and pity. And I respect the difference between empathy and pity. I think the problem that I have as a person is the fact that when I'm feeling defensive, they look exactly the same. If I am just powering forward, if I'm like, right, these are the things I need to do, I'm having a really fucking shit time, but we're cracking on. And somebody's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm not okay, but I will be okay in the end. It's all good. And they're like, maybe you should take some time, you know? And I'm just like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to keep doing this thing. Don't stop me. Because at that point, I have set my course. And my course is focused. And I am ready. I'm like, I'm going to keep doing these things. Because if I keep doing these things, I can worry about everything else later. And I will. But at that moment, when I'm in that brain space, everything that isn't cool, you, is, in my mind, pity. And I'm like, I don't need to take a break. Otherwise, I would have taken a break. I don't need for people to feel sorry for me or feel bad about me or feel terrible about my fucking situation. I need to get on with shit. Because shit needs done. Because none of the situation stops the fact that the world keeps turning. Do you know what I mean? It's shit, but it doesn't stop. So yeah, I do find pity condescending, and I do completely agree that there is a difference between pity and empathy, absolutely, and pity and sympathy equally. I just am aware that I also think that a lot of people can't tell the difference between how to give empathy or give pity. I think there's definitely an element of that. There's definitely an element of that. There's definitely an element of some people don't know how they come across when they are presenting what they believe to be empathy, but actually comes across very pitying. There's definitely an element of that, but I'm also aware of the fact that some of it will just 110% be the way that I perceive it. They are being empathetic, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. I don't need your pity. You know? Because I'm like, I am strong enough to deal with this. Don't worry about me. Save your worry for somebody who genuinely needs it, because I don't. I got this. Where's the vet? Because these swans are sick. Do you know what I mean? I got it. I got it. Just empathy and caring. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I think it makes you authentic. I appreciate that, Cara. That's very kind of you to say. I do try and be open and honest and authentic, because I just think the world is, especially now that fucking AI is everywhere, the world is already so full of lies. Can't be fucking arsed with that shit. Do you know what I mean? Just, this is the way I am. If you don't like it, that's not my problem. Go elsewhere. The internet is big enough for everybody. Don't have deep emotions either. No. We can sympathize with you and often even empathize with you. However, unlikely to do anything as patronizing as pity. Oh, I completely understand that, Max. And I don't think anybody here would purposefully pity me, if that makes sense. But like I said, I think it's more down to the fact that I will see it as pity more than anything else. I will see it as pity. because I'm like, I'm good. Why are people empathizing? What? You know what I mean? So relatable, especially the numbness. Starting to feel again. Free hugs, absolutely. And that's the thing, your brain can only take so much, you know? Your brain can only take so much stress, whether that be physical stress or emotional stress or what have you, until it just goes, cool, you're done. And that's where disassociation comes in for those people that have experienced disassociation. That's where in extreme forms, like stuff like DID exists, which is dissociative identity disorder. I was talking about that with somebody this morning about the dynamics of DID and stuff like that. And in some cases, it just switches off, like me. Yeah. Just goes, these are the things you can't deal with, so you're not going to. Done. Done. Well, that was a nightmare, but I think I fixed it. Huzzah! Just wondering the thought behind it. Yeah, I do not. So Qualia, the reason why I don't like being pitied, to try and explain, I have a passionate hatred of people looking down on me, if that makes sense, because I work really fucking hard, not only on my work, my career, but also on myself. Like, I work very, very hard to be the best person I can be, to be proactive, to be optimistic, to push my creativity. Like, I work very, very hard on a great many aspects of my life to keep myself moving forward and keep myself being a better version of myself, if that makes sense. And then on top of that, I work hard on my work, which I think is very, very good. I do a lot of things to push myself. So when somebody looks down on me, it feels to me like they are belittling all of my hard work. They see the work that I do and they're like, oh, but it wasn't quite good enough, was it? And that boils my piss like nobody's business. Well, it boils my piss when it's coming from a place of sincerity. If it's coming from a place of vindictiveness, I couldn't give less of a fuck because I don't need to justify myself to anybody. But when it comes from a place of somebody genuinely being like, oh, like, you've worked so hard, I'm like, fuck off. I don't need your approval. The only person's approval who I need is mine. That's all. You know? The brain will definitely protect you from the big stuff until it's ready. Exactly. I think it's getting ready for something or other. And mine. Oh, classic Chunk. How you doing, buddy? I love the way that you walked through the back, farted, and then left. Like, walked outside. God damn it. God damn it, classic Chunk. Outrageous. I heard it. You dirty boy. But yeah, like that whole thing of like my brain at the moment, I'm aware of the fact that I've been having some really, really weird fucking dreams. I had a dream in anime the other day. I had a dream in anime. It's the first time I've ever had a 2D dream. It was weird as fuck. But I've been having a lot of weird dreams recently. And tumultuous sleep. And I was like, I think that's my brain's way of being like, hey, we're easing you back into some weird shit. You're going to have to deal with some stuff soon. That'd be the way it be, you know? Thank you for your honesty and willingness to discuss it. Ginger Lily, I try my best. I try and be honest about the vast majority of situations. The only time I generally am not honest, and then even then I won't be dishonest, I will just be avoidant of a situation, is if there has been like a situation with a community member that has got fuck all to do with anybody else, if that makes sense. It's not that I'm being dishonest about it. I'm just like, this is nobody else's business apart from me and whoever that other person was, you know? It's one of the reasons, like, I have, as well as my passionate hatred of being pitied, I also have a passionate hatred of drama. Drama. You know, I have a passionate hatred of drama. I can't be fucking arsed with it. I don't have the time for it. My life is too fucking busy. It's usually a whole load of fuss about fucking nothing. It's some of the stupidest shit that I've seen ever. And as a result, I nip that shit in the bud very, very, very fucking quickly. Drama belongs on the stage. Yeah, even then, Vet, I work on the stage a lot. Even then, I'm good at acting. I'm not fucking good at drama. I don't have the patience for it. Like, people, oh, well, she said this and he said that and they said this. And I'm like, I don't care. I genuinely don't give a fuck. Why are you telling me this shit? Oh, well, it's really important because they did these things. Okay. Why is this important? 40 minutes to my flight, and I do have something I want to say about this. Please do, Alec. Absolutely. You're doing fucking amazing. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, you beautiful being. I am doing my best. And as my dear papa says, it'll be all right in the end. And if it's not all right, it's not the end. It's not the end for me yet. Fear ye not. Things are not all right by any stretch of the imagination because, you know, I can't feel a whole load of emotions that I used to be able to feel. However, they will be. They will be, you know. Missing a few redeems say yes, Authentica. If it's not urgent, I will ask you to postpone your questioning. I've had a very brain melty day, a very brain melty weekend of like doing accounts and bookkeeping and shit like that. So I was like, I'm not sure I'm in the right brain space to answer really in-depth questions, as it were, you know. All good. 10-4. But yeah, they will be back on tomorrow. We'll be back on tomorrow. We'll reset them all tomorrow. It'll be fine. You claimed a cheeky kiss from me, Minya. I appreciate that. Kissing myself is a weird one, though. It's a nighttime activity that I do in the bedroom, right? Heading off, no worries, mean adorable bastard. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Alec got told no and did anyway. Alec is a gem. An absolute gem. Right. Unreasonable levels of kindness from people. Okay. There you go, right down to the bottom and scroll up a wee bit. Kiara, how you doing, you beautiful individual? How's it going? Mrs. A, Cheeky Devil, I will say that your self-work is very obvious to anyone who's tried to put the effort in themselves. The only way to understand it takes work and it's not so easy. I see so many people speed running life without having to build structure or deep thought, and I suggest skip them if possible. I think the thing is the fact that I understand. How's it going, Judge Mona? I understand that the only person who can make my life any better is me. The only person that can make your life any better is you. Like, it's all very well to be like, okay, it'll be all right when, or these things are coming, or, oh, if only these people did this stuff and that would make my life so much fucking easier. None of that matters. None of that fucking matters. There is no time like the present, and nobody is going to save you but yourself. Other people might help. Other people might be like, yeah, I'm here to support you. Yeah, I can be there as part of your journey. Yeah, I can stand alongside you. I can hold your hand. I can hold you when you are feeling lost. But nobody can do the work apart from you. Nobody can make that decision to better your own life apart from you. The person who decided for me that my life wasn't good enough the way it was me. and the person that decided that they were going to do something about that to make my life better, to make not only my professional life, but also my perspective on life, and my perspective on myself better, was me.
Yeah, you subscribed. Most kind.
Cheer to our third Twitch baby and to being a part of an awesome community.
Oh, Duchess Demona, you beautiful individual, you. Thank you so much for being a paid subscriber. Takes us one step closer to the 60-40 split for August, you beautiful being. That is very, very kind of you. So, when you realize that the only person that can actually make a difference in your life is yourself, the only person who can pull you up by your bootstraps, that can get you going in the direction you want to go, that can help you fulfill your dreams, or at the very least get you out of the pit that you are in, is yourself. And it's not bad to have a bad day. It's not bad to have a stumble in the road. It's not bad to just want to fucking give up every so often. It's not bad to just be like, do you know what, today I just fucking can't, and just lie in bed. But make sure it's only one day, because there is a difference between being overcome with a situation and it just getting too much to handle. In exactly the same way, before I do this, Duchess Demona, just because my thought process is there. In exactly the same way that we were talking about the difference between pity and empathy. There is a difference between being overwhelmed by life and, as you say, it overcomes you and you just can't fucking deal with it, and dwelling in that pit. And it's very easy for the first one, where life is just fucking overwhelming, too overwhelming for you to cope with for a day. It's very easy for that to slide very easily into dwelling within your own misery. Obviously, there are certain circumstances, there are mental health conditions like depression. There's depression as a condition itself. There's also depression as a symptom of other conditions. There are a whole load of situations that can make that even more difficult and what have you. But regardless of all of those things, we've talked before about the fact that each human being is responsible for their own emotions. You are also responsible for yourself. And you deserve to keep pushing towards your dreams. You deserve to keep wanting better for yourself. You deserve to keep trying to better yourself. You deserve that. Every single one of you. No matter how much you brat me or tell me dad jokes, I don't change my mind on that. Every single one of you deserves that. But the only person that can do that is you. I can't do it. I can't do it for you. Even if I could do it for you, I wouldn't do it for you. I'd want you to do it yourself, because then you become a stronger person. You learn how to live life by your own terms in a way that supports you and strengthens you and pushes you, you know? But the only person that can do it is you. Duchess Demona. I'll inscribe your name on the mirror vein. By having your name on the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all those sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you'll roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, I look rough. But God damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy. Oh, yes, yeah, you know? You know, you cheeky devil. Quick pass Val and the sherry. I wish I had some brandy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Brandy would be nice about now. This is the kind of conversation where a nice glass of brandy just makes everything a little bit nicer, you know? And I have got a rule, for those people that are new here, I've got a rule that I do not drink unless I'm in a good headspace. So fear not. I will never drink. I'd never drink as a coping mechanism, because I've been there and I very nearly went to a very bad area of my life. So I'd never drink as a coping mechanism. I only ever drink if I'm in a good state of mind. Okay? So that should say a lot about how I'm feeling at the moment. I am feeling pretty good about the conversation, about the support that everyone's giving each other and stuff, you know? Does dildo destroy everything else, or does it just poke them? All of the above. It pokes them, and that destroys everything else. Absolutely. Sometimes people can see something that you can't, and if you can't take care of yourself, we'll do it for you. I appreciate that, Racing Novel. I have got a very good support network. I'm very, very lucky to have a very, very good support network. I am spoilt for friends. I'm very, very lucky. I'm very aware of my luck as well. So, yeah, I'm all right. Not gonna lie, I have no idea how to differentiate pity and empathy. Oh, well, there's empathy, sympathy, and pity. And the key element, the TLDR of that, Astacon, is the fact that pity is derogatory. That's probably the easiest way I can describe it. Pity is derogatory. I pity toxic men because they're naive enough to think that their thought process is actually beneficial. I pity them. Whereas I empathize with somebody who's got I sympathize with somebody who's got a chronic illness, because even though I don't know how that feels, because I have not had a chronic illness myself, I can do what I can to understand and respect. Oh, this is how I understand it. So pitying is that's a good example. It's all right, tedious melody. I can still read it. Fear ye not. I pity toxic men because they are naive enough to think that what they believe is right. I sympathize with people with chronic illness because even though I do not have a chronic illness, I can understand to a certain degree what they must be going through. And even if I can't understand the full situation, I can understand the signs of what their chronic illness, like their flare-ups, etc. And I know what to do to try and help that. I empathize with somebody who has recently lost a pet because not so long ago I lost a pet, and therefore I have a real world experience to compare that to. Empathy is about empathy is about you have felt something of a similar dynamic, so you can feel, you know, the feeling within a certain degree of what they must be going through. Sympathy is I don't know what they are going through, but I can understand that what they're going through is what they are going through is hard. Thank you very much, Robinson Crusoe. That's a good way of putting it. Is that I don't know what they're going through, but I understand that what they are going through is hard, and I will try and help where I can, etc. And then pity is the derogatory. I can't believe you are so naive to think that misogyny is beneficial for the world. I pity you because you genuinely believe that that is a good thing. You know? Does that help? Does that help, Astacon, or anybody else who might be a bit uncertain about the differentiation between it? That's how I've always understood them anyway. Like you have early signs of heat stroke, you should sit down and drink some water, only for emotions. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Struggle to present an emotion in a way that isn't indifferent. That's fair enough. If that's how, is that just struggling to present it, but you still feel it? Do you just internalize those emotions, Clip Commander? Never do that phrase ever again. Can't remember what the phrase is, so I'm definitely going to do it again. Not everyone is my cup of tea, and I am not everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine. Absolutely, 110%. Sometimes it's about perception of what people are saying and how people are saying it too. There's a fine line between giving empathy and being pitiful. Yes. And I think, like I said, I think that sometimes people think they're being empathetic, but the way that they are presenting is it comes across more pitifully. I also think that there are times when you can be coming across very empathetic, but because the person's state of mind, like with me, for example, they are going to take it as pity regardless, you know? Some of us also quite literally do not have the option to wallow. Oh yeah, absolutely. Some people wallow regardless of the fact they don't have the option to wallow, though. Major jiggle. I have met far too many people who wallow regardless of that. Becca Gombatty, are you still here, you beautiful being? Who are wallowing, and it's like, you don't get to... The classic example is, you don't get to wallow, you're a parent. Parents don't get to wallow. You can wallow when your kid is independent enough as a teenager to be able to do all the things that they need to do, like shower themselves, cook for themselves, do all the bits and pieces. Then I'll give you a little bit of freedom, but until that point, no, you have a responsibility. You chose to have it as a child, you have a responsibility. And I have very little patience with bad parents. Not saying that people that have got like genuine medical conditions like depression or psychological conditions like depression and stuff like that are bad parents. There are always dynamics there. It's when when it is a choice to wallow as opposed to a medical scenario that is causing you to be in that situation. You know? That's when I have no tolerance for it. No fucking tolerance for it. Or people that, in my personal opinion, or no, in fact, I'm not even going to say my personal opinion. People who use weaponized incompetence or use their mental health conditions as excuses. Not saying that their mental health conditions won't play into stuff, but the people who use mental health situations as excuses for terrible behavior. It boils my piss. Water in my body is 60% mad from Yorkshire tea. Good. Yorkshire tea, blood type Yorkshire tea is the only way, Karmadash. Absolutely. And here's me being all tea is terrible. No cups for anybody. Tea is the greatest thing ever. How dare you? How dare you? Yorkshire tea, the only way. Only you can be you. Somebody else will get it wrong. Absolutely. But you're not even going to lie to you. I mean, yeah, definitely had a stalker who tried to be me for a long period of time. Ran into that stalker's sister about 6 months ago in a nightclub. And they were like, hey, you're Val Vane, are you? I was like, yeah. And they were like, you know my brother. Insert that name. And I went, oh. I see. And they were like, yeah, he's a bit of an arsehole, isn't he? And I was like, oh, well, I'm glad you said it. And they were like, did you know that for about 6 months he was trying to be you? And I went, I didn't say it. I'm glad you did, because I thought it was a thing, but I didn't say it. I didn't say it. You said it, not me. You know? Whole fucking thing. Whole fucking thing. Instant 100-degree piss, yeah. Got sidetracked trying to learn the difference. Found someone saying empathy/sympathy is realizing what someone is going through is important and it hurts, while pity is seeing the entire person in the light of their suffering. Yeah. I find it very, very derogatory, as it were. Friend reminder to do the thing with the mirror. Becca, I was calling you out. Becca, you're here. That's cool. Becca, come here, you cheeky devil. What do you like, claiming cheekies? Thank you very much for waiting 14 whole minutes for that. Do the thing with the mirror. What thing with the mirror are you referring to, Noraline? I did the subscription. I did the subscription earlier. But Duchess Damona's 27-month resubscription. That one. Got sidetracked on. Yeah. Oh fucking hell. Oh fucking hell. Oh fucking hell. You delightful individuals, you're wonderful, but you have a lot to say, and everything you say is completely and utterly valid. I'm just trying to make sure I try and keep up with chat as much as I possibly can. Don't mind me streaking. It's a hot day. That's all right, Duchess Demoni. You do the thing. That's a great rule. More people should adhere to that. We have got a good few rules, to be fair, Generation, excuse me. Great rule. I've been in that space for over a year. Over mostly, yeah. You know, I became disabled when I was finishing uni in performative arts. Suddenly people treated me differently and I couldn't understand because I see myself as the same person, even though my body moves differently. I gave up the stage when a teacher said my body would steal the public's attention. Fuck that person. I returned some years ago working full-time as an artist. I don't have so much community because I'm too normative for my peers and too non-normative for others. That sounds fucking awful, Fabian. Oh, Fabienne? Is it Fabienne Dubois? I mean, how to pronounce your name? I'm sure I've asked you this before, but I've forgotten. It's hard to be alone all this time. I also like to be alone. Pity is something that people feel when they feel like they're above you. Exactly that. I like the concept of radical kindness. We are more alike than the opposite. Yeah, absolutely. That's the reason why I struggle with like pity, is just because I see it so derogatory. I just see it as a really derogatory term. Empathy, you read it, Masasha, as empathy. I can see your perspective and I share your pain. Sympathy, such a terrible thing that you're going through. Let me know if anything I can do to help. And pity, oh look, a person is down. Pathetic. I wouldn't. That last one's a bit off, in my personal opinion. No, I suppose in certain contexts that kind of makes sense. In certain contexts that kind of makes sense. No worries, Scar. You take it easy, beautiful bean. Sleep well, you beautiful individual. Yeah, I suppose you can be empathetic for something you've never experienced, because you could have had similar experiences that you can draw from. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. There's part of my mind that's like, is empathy the emotional reaction, sympathy the practical reaction, and pity the derogatory reaction? I've always seen the differentiation between empathy and sympathy as, have you experienced it or experienced something similar that to a point where you can emote on a one-on-one basis? If yes, then it's empathy. If no, then it's sympathy. But I am willing to be wrong if that is not actually the way it is. Psychological professionals, please correct me. You are good at knowing when and what to say. Having met when I was going through a tough time, you are indeed a good person to have around, but also great at ensuring safety requirements of people with disabilities. I see a lot, Lunicorn. As much as this community, this wonderful community, are pretty convinced that I've got ADHD, which I have not been diagnosed with, so I don't like to claim that I do. This community are pretty convinced by it. I know that it is said that with neurodiversity, it can be quite hard to pick up on social cues and what have you. I think I've got the opposite scenario. I know that some people that have been through traumatic experiences become hypersensitive to minute social nuances or micro expressions and shit like that. I don't have that because I have not, by any stretch of imagination, had a particularly traumatic background or anything like that. Have I had traumas? Yes, but I don't think this is from that. I think it's just the fact that I'm very acutely aware. I've always found people to be fascinating. And I think that acutely that acuteness of being aware of social dynamics helps me understand situations very quickly. I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. I see what's happening. I can see not only what's happening, but I can see where this is going as well, which is the reason why I have stopped giving I haven't stopped giving advice. I have stopped telling people what to do. I will be like, this is the situation as I see it. This is where I think it'll go if you do X, Y, and Z. Make your own decision. You know? You're a peer-reviewed ADHDer. That is true. That is true. And that's why I don't have kids. Zero patience. Entirely fair. I have been a step parent for 4 years. Or I was a step parent for 4 years. And that experience of parenting was easily, without a shadow of a doubt, the most rewarding experience of my entire life. I loved that. I loved the kid. I loved the entire dynamic. I loved everything about it. But as a result of that, it means that my patience for who I perceive to be shit parents is zero. I have no fucking time for them. No fucking time for them. Get over yourself. You're a parent. Your responsibility is first and foremost to your child. That doesn't stop you from having your own needs. You absolutely have your own needs as a person. You are your own individual. You deserve to have your own needs. Abso-fucking-lutely. But if it's a choice between your needs and the needs of your child, the needs of your child will always trump your needs. And if they don't, and it's not life detrimental, then I would question. I won't say immediately you're a shit parent. I will say I will need some very strong justification as to why you are putting your own needs above your kids. Because even though the child in my life was not my genetic child, not my blood relative by any stretch of the imagination, if it was a choice between my life and his, I would die any day of the week. Any day of the week. Even now. Not even about an eyelid. So, you know, it gives you a very interesting perspective when you've been in that position. Makes sense, yeah. Ooh, Noreen, you said online community is part of it. I've recently visited and seen online friends of 7 years. Oh, well, that's really cool. The first time, it was so nice. Unfortunately, she is not a hugger like I am. It was really nice to finally meet in person and spend most of my time with somebody you spend most of your time with online. Yeah, that's really cool. Still long for more friends and community where I live. Oh, I fully understand that. Fully understand. But very cool that you managed to get that, though. Very, very cool. My mother was a very sick individual, probably chronically depressed, but refused to get help. So no wallowing there is. No wallowing there is either until you get off your ass and get help you need. Yeah. Well, we were just talking about this, Finley, talking about the fact that the only person who can ever help you is yourself. No one else is going to do it. Other people can help. Other people can assist you in helping yourself. They can provide you techniques and tools and support in you helping yourself. But the only person that's ever going to actually be able to pull you up out of the fucking pit is you. The only person who's ever going to make you more like a better person is you. The only person who's going to be able to push you to a point where you are happy with yourself, or you love yourself, or you even just accept yourself is you. Other people can assist, but they can't do the work for you, you know? So, and so I completely get that. Completely fucking get that. Why do you only find vampires in Europe? Because someone blessed the rains down in Africa? Oh my god, I see nothing. Dear Lord. Dear Lord. Misunderstood. Oh no, sorry, Noraline. It was the cheeky kiss there. The cheeky kiss. Oh yeah, what was the baby's name, Duchess Demona? What was our baby's name? Remind me, because Twitch went a bit fast, I think. Certainly I went a bit fast while scrolling down in it. Terrible with tech and social media. I'm trying to get to understand how online communities works. Here's goes a hug. Yeah. Well, Fabienne Dubois. If you would like to join our Discord, you are welcome to. It's kind of like an online forum. So it's just like me and this community that are on this online forum together. There are rules in there that you can read through and what have you. Basically, it's generally don't be a dick, usually. But there are some other bits and pieces just for like nuances and stuff. But it's where a lot of these members of the community hang out. A lot of them come in every morning and say hello, talk, chat, bits and pieces. You know, have their disagreements because everyone's human, you know, and so it's entirely fair. But generally speaking, it's a very loving and supportive community, I have to say. And you are very welcome if you would like to come join us. Obviously, if that's not your cup of tea, that is also perfectly fine. And thank you very much, Nimrin, for throwing the Discord link out in the chat. I think when I lose my capacity to be kind, I get very cynical. I don't like that. It eats me up from the inside. I bet people might perceive me as pitiful then, even if I don't think I ever mean things that way. Be quite sarcastic, leaning cynical when I get overwhelmed. Defense mechanism, understand that, for sure. For sure. I would definitely see that as you pitying me, regardless of... But then, like I said, I am expectant when I'm in a certain frame of mind that people will always pity me. I hate it. I wonder if my animosity towards pity is rooted in the fact that I never really that classic age-old shit of just being like, I never really fit in at school. I never really fit into these dynamics. So now I'm like, yeah, fuck your pity. I don't need your pity. I got me. Oh my god, ultra high. What you got against the good spreadsheet? Look. Right. Ultrasaurus, you beautiful human being. Can I get a shout out for Ultrasaurus? Because I fucking love hanging out there. You have become a fast favorite of mine, Ultra, I have to say. Listen. Okay. Chum. Happy-go-lucky scamp. I run an erotic cabaret night called Ken. Stands for Kinky Erotic Nature, but is mainly called Ken because I wanted to call a nightclub Ken, okay? It's kind of like the Rocky Horror fucked the Moulin Rouge. Very important things. People go check out Ultrasaurus. I love fucking hanging out there. It's very, very, very funny. Also have some very interesting and serious conversations in there as well. But Moulin Rouge, fuck the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's my baby. Unfortunately, Nibbering, that website doesn't work anymore because the Online Safety Act won't allow me to have the website. But that's not the point. Anyway, now, being a person who has got this night of cabaret and lingerie and BDSM dungeon and body painters and erotic tarot readers and dancing and photo rooms and all dynamics of filth, debauchery, and decadence. The one thing that I have to say is it frustrates me when I stand on stage wearing next to nothing and I look out at the crowd and I go, so let's be honest here. How many of you get aroused by XL? And half to 2/3 of the crowd cheer. All right? Present? Half to 2/3 of the crowd start inappropriately touching their sensitivities, stroking their meaty love truncheon, plunging their cheeky little digits well inside their cave of wonders. All for the dynamics of a bloody formula on a blindingly white spreadsheet. God damn it. It vexes me. I am a man of hedonism and filth, and it vexes me that people get excited over fucking spreadsheets. Also, how you doing, Ultra? I hope you're doing well, friend, you beautiful human being, you. Ultra, you beautiful being. Yeah, I don't know whether you even remember this because you streamed for like 12 hours or so. Also, can I get a shout out for Denzi? Because I fucking saw Denzi in there as well. Denzi's another beautiful human being. On your stream the other day, we were talking and I said there is a Chinese phrase that is, we'll eat anything with legs except the table. All right? And this made you giggle. This made you chuckle because you have like you got Chinese heritage, and you were saying you knew something, another one that was something like sun on the back or something. What was the phrase that you said? I missed half of it, or I forgot half of it. And somebody in your chat, a wonderful individual, nothing against them by any stretch of imagination, just literally was like, I don't think that's actually a Chinese phrase. And I was like, if it's not a Chinese phrase, anything the sun shone on its back and it moves. Okay. Yeah, so somebody in your community jumped to the defense and was like, I don't think that's actually a Chinese phrase, which is entirely fair, understandably. But if it isn't actually a Chinese phrase, then I have been got like nobody's business, because the person I got that phrase from was an old colleague of mine who came from China. She literally grew up in China, came over for work, was working alongside me in a pharmaceutical company. I was a pharmaceutical auditor, and we were talking about it because the reason why we were talking about it was because the lead auditor had an audit out in China, and she was saying that she normally says that she's vegetarian everywhere she goes, because yeah, she was like, I normally say I'm vegetarian everywhere I go because different people in the world have different ideas of what meat should be cooked in different ways, and she gets a little bit paranoid about it. And she was talking about the last time she went to China. She said that she was vegetarian. She said that she didn't eat meat, and they made her a rice dish, and it had like little black bits in it, and she was just eating the dish, and then at one point she was like, "What are these like little black bits?" And they were like, "Oh, they're crickets." It was like fried crickets or something like that. And she was like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, because evidently whatever part of China they had didn't think that insects counted as animals, and therefore vegetarians would still be able to eat insects." That makes complete sense. And it was at that point that my Chinese colleague did turn around and she was like, "Yes, we have a saying in China that we'll eat anything with legs except the table." And I was like, I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that you are willing to there's no differentiation between, you know, like pet and livestock. I appreciate that. Do you know what I mean? You're well up for it. As a vegetarian myself, who's a lifelong vegetarian, I appreciate the inclusivity. Okay, at the very least, I appreciate the inclusivity, you know? But yeah, it was interesting. I was just like, because now immediately I had myself doubting, just being like, did she just troll me? Did she just see an opportunity in that moment to be like, oh, this is going to be funny. I'm going to say something as a Chinese like proverb per se, and I'm going to tell him that that's what it is, and nobody's going to know any different. And that loud gobshite is going to tell everybody. He's going to go around telling everybody that this is a Chinese saying, and it definitely isn't. And I'm like, oh, like this is part of me, you know? Basically said the same thing, just slightly different. Okay, cool. I was just like, she just trolled me this entire... It's been like 7 years. Have I been telling people that this is like an actual Chinese phrase? And it's not. It's just, she just thought, yeah, fuck it. Let's see how long this goes with. Do you know what I mean? I fucking loved her as well, Ultra. She was one of my favorite fucking people because she had a very, very thick Chinese accent, but she loved colloquialisms. So like in my hometown, when it's really, really hot and also quite humid, we'll say it's mafting. We'll be like, oh, it's mafting. Oh, it's mafting. And she was like learning colloquialisms from me and my colleagues and what have you. And then she'd come in, yeah, mafting exactly like that, Denzi, yeah. And she'd come into the office and say like local Hull colloquialisms that work really, really well with a Hull accent, but with like a really strong Chinese accent. And I was like, I won't say her name, but that person, I was like, I love you so much. I love everything about you. You are a gem, and I want nothing but the best for you. She also lied to her parents and pretended I was her fiance to scare them off. But that's a different story. That's a different story. A different story for another time. But yeah, thank you very much for Ultra for reminiscing in that. Chat was trying to tell me that I was wrong about something I said about handling cows/cattle, and I yelled at them, asking if any of them had to handle cows up close and crickets. Never trust chat. That is fair. That is absolutely fair. I absolutely trust my chat all the time, mainly because, especially when it comes to technology, you people know far more than I do. Jesus Christ, I got no fucking clue. No fucking clue. Also, friends, go and check out Denzi. Denzi is a very, very good friend of mine who I love very, very dearly, and I'm very much looking forward to Denzi moving up closer to me. Take a cheeky little drive over. Gonna steal you, Denzi. Gonna whip you away to a cabaret or two. All right? All right? But yeah, 5 days? Exciting times. Exciting times. This is very exciting. This is very, very exciting. I'm very excited. Oh my God, that's amazing. That is amazing. But yeah, both of these people are wonderful, wonderful individuals. And you've brought a nice little light-hearted nature to the stream, because I was getting very serious for all that. You're absolutely delightful. I'm glad we connected. I could not agree more. But in reverse, you were delightful. I'm glad we've connected. I knew you like in passing from like Drongo streams and Curly streams and what have you. But yeah, I was just like, go pop in and say hi, see what's going on. But yeah, you're amazing. And I'm thoroughly enjoying your piles of shite in Project Zomboid. There you go. You had your what? You had your last day of work today? What? Last day of what work today? Have you quit your job? Frax, I'm very confused. I was talking to Sway earlier about stuff. Prometheus, how you doing? How's it going? Did you know that Ultra is a perfect little gremlin princess? Well, I never. I didn't know that. I'm going to have to. We've got ourselves a little Monty. Monty, would you come here? We need to parade Ultra with popcorn. Yes, there's Monty. Monty is our little goblin boy. It comes with popcorn with the raids, you see. But this is our little goblin boy. But I'm sure, in your honor, Ultra, we might be able to get Monty wearing a little princess dress. Okay? I'm sure at some stage we can do that purely for you. Okay? Bet. All right. All right. On it. I had no defense for the piles after getting called out in 4K, you jerk. It was worth it. It was so worth it. It was the way you were just in the wilderness and you had a pile of stuff. And I was like, why are you just making a pile of stuff? And you're like, look, I've got no storage. As soon as I make some house, I'll build some walls, build some cupboards. I'll be able to put stuff somewhere. And then it was like, what, 2 days later? And I came back and you were in a house, but you just had piles of stuff over. And I was like, hold on 1 minute. I see a recurring theme here. Excuse me. Yeah, whole thing. Whole fucking thing. Oh, Jesus. ADHD usually comes with hypervigilance and very good at pattern recognition. Yes. Pattern recognition is definitely one of the things. That's why I love puzzle games. Puzzle games are absolutely my thing. Do you know what I mean? Listen, it's a legit technique. I don't doubt it's a legit technique. I just find it very entertaining. Very, very entertaining. You sat there with you've got like balls of twine, balls of twine, screwdrivers, bricks, some glue, and you're just like, what the fuck? And you're just scrolling through it. Why is this here? What is going on? What is occurring here? Tigger highlighting a message. See, now I'm thinking I have a day off tomorrow and I already kind of want to try and draw Monty. Now I want to draw Princess Monty. Why, Van? Why do you do this, man? You're a spicy. There's a very simple answer to that. Tigger, come here. Come here. Come here. No, come here. Too close! Good lord, you cheeky little devil. Got far too close for a brief second there. The answer is because I am a horrific enabler. I am nothing if not an enabler. If you have any description, any whim of fancy dancing glory that can encourage your creativity, your tantalizing... Hold on. Eine Minute, bitte. So, friends, what just happened there was my audio just reset itself. You remember at the beginning of the stream where I said that there was going to be a Windows, like the Windows update has fucked my audio? That was the audio resetting itself. Where everything just decided to change everything. Anyway, what I was saying. If it encourages your tantalizing creativity, if it can give you a little tickle in the dopamine, if you can put pen to papier and create some description of masterpiece, like a small goblin dressed in a princess outfit in order to cosplay as Ultrasaurus, I can only encourage and enable this behavior. Yes. You know? Look. What can I say? I'm an enabler. It's true. It's true. Felly Flitzberg, how you doing? How's it going? We'll look up erotic tarot, but Ken says it's expired. Yes. So the scenario is this, friends. We used to have a website called kinkyeroticnature.com. The reason why we do not have a website there anymore is because in the United Kingdom, we have something called the Online Safety Act. The Online Safety Act is to protect children when actually all it does is really push children into more immoral parts of the internet. It doesn't work. It's never worked. It's never been designed to work. It's never actually helped anybody in any way, shape or form. The only thing it's actually done is taken a shitload of the UK ID, driver's license, passports, and national insurance numbers, and allowed them to be sold on the dark web. In fact, sales of United Kingdom ID went up 400% a week after the Online Safety Act got put in place. Because the way that it works is that by defending the children, they have basically said that in order to access anything that is deemed as adult website, and that includes Reddit, that includes Wikipedia, it's not just Pornhub and fingerblastyourpisshole.com, okay? It is all of them. Anything that could be deemed as adult, including news websites that are reporting on the genocide and shit like that. You have to enter your data in order to access them. It is never the website themselves that deal with the data. It's always third-party companies. The third-party companies come with various different levels of security, and they come with various different price tags. Because of the fact that my event is a saucy event, a spicy event, an event that is specifically designed to make every single person that enters those fucking doors feel fucking phenomenal about themselves, feel their most wonderful, glorious, and expressive in their own sexuality and glory. It means that we fall within the Online Safety Act, even if there is no explicit nature on the website itself. The fact that it is themed around that stuff means that we have to adhere to the Online Safety Act. What does that mean in real terms? I hear nobody ask, but I'll tell you anyway. It basically means that we have to do the ID system. The only way that we can do the ID system is by hiring a third-party company, and the cheapest and least secure third-party company that I could find is £2,000 a month to hire them to use to basically use their technology in order to do it. The alternative is we don't do it by any stretch of imagination. We leave the website out there, and I get charged anywhere between 10 grand and 110 grand for having a indecent website on the internet. So I have allowed the website to expire until such a time as we can revamp the entire thing to fall within the Online Safety Act, or they repeal the Online Safety Act because it doesn't fucking work in the first place. You know, that thing, that whole scenario, So yeah, so that's the reason why the website is down currently. It is not because we've stopped doing it. It's not because of any of those things. It is entirely because I don't want to spend £2,000 a month or 10 to 110 grand in fines because my sexy night full of consenting adults that all get ID'd on the door when they turn up in the first place anyway. Some fucking random parent is clutching at the pearls fucking, oh, won't somebody think of the children? If somebody ever says, won't somebody think of the children, they should immediately have their internet search histories checked. That's my view. My view is, if somebody ever says, why aren't you thinking of the children? Or we've got to think of the children, or won't somebody think of the children? They should immediately. And it's done it again. It was never about the children. The people that scream, won't somebody think of their children, are exactly the people that you should check their internet search histories. Audio went boom. It did. Yep. Yeah. Is it? Can you hear it go boom? Where do we get Ken Deets without the website? Ooh, that's not good. Oh, is it deliberate self-censor? No. That's not good. Just away? Okay. As long as it's not piercing anybody's eardrums. It just muted me. It's because it reset the Go XLR reset spontaneously. Which is only started happening since the new Windows update. Oh, what a surprise. Yeah, so what it does is it changes all of my audio settings to basically go back to maximum. In fact, you know what I can do is if I go into here and just click on that. If I save this as this current setting as the default, then when it resets, it should just stay at this setting. It just means that we'll have a momentary lapse in my sultry tones, you know? What was I saying? Yeah, how do you find out about Ken? The best way to find out about Ken outside of the website is our Instagram, presumably. Yeah, this one. Our Instagram or our Facebook page is the other alternative if you prefer Facebook. And you also get to see me wearing very little clothing. Good old me. That's where the bum Snapchat is, friends. All right. Instagram, FetLife, or Val's Discord. Yeah. I will definitely post about it on my own socials when the tickets go on sale properly, which won't be too far. We're just trying to work out, because it was our 10-year anniversary last year, and this year, or next year should I say, no, it's our 10-year anniversary 2026, and 2027 we are looking at making it bigger, but we are still in the dynamic of how do we do that efficiently. We've got the ideas, we know we can do it, but it's how do we do that efficiently, which is the important bit. Besides comes together with the probability that I won't have biological kids, at least for as long as I don't get the support that I need to be able to provide at least half decent amount of responsibility for a dependent. Yeah, I can understand that. That's a hard thing to come to terms with, absolutely. Absolutely. Look forward to a very long stream about nail polish sales and statistics every year. I mean, I love nail polish. I haven't worn it in a long time, but I do love nail polish. I am not about it. Although saying that, I am looking forward to the 2027 Pornhub statistics. Every year, Pornhub do a release of their statistics, and this, like, 2027 is going to be fascinating. It is going to be fascinating because in 2026, not only did a shitload of the American states ban Pornhub, but it also got banned from the UK, and VPN sales went up 2,000% with the Online Safety Act. So I am fascinated by how everything's going to change for their yearly report. You're obsessed with nail polish? Are you a standard nail polish person, or are you go in and get your acrylics done, Ultrasaurus? I definitely used to wear nail polish all the fucking time. In fact, there is a punched orange emote that has my nail polish on it. Oh god, of all of the things to bring up. No, it's a thing. It's a thing, do you know what I mean? Something's getting spread between those sheets. Oh, Karmadash. It vexes me. It vexes me how many people enjoy XL to like an unhinged degree. Do you know what I mean? You like hollow taco nail polish? What's the one that I like? I can't remember. It's gone from my brain. There's a very fancy nail polish that I love, but they're like 13 quid a tiny little bottle. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. You know? Learn that as a single digit child, it's still hard to put up with when they keep being hateful against you on a daily basis. But you know what? It's about them rather than you. Interesting. I missed the context there, I think. New Forest Ninja, welcome on in. How you doing? How's it going? I can sincerely promise that one thing that most definitely doesn't light me up is a spreadsheet. It's just about everything else does these days. I can hardly be trusted to sit on my motorbike these days, but spreadsheets? No, yeah, I'm not a spreadsheet person. But then you've also got to remember that this is the Twitch chat, friends. This is like, remember that I am a man of hedonism. All right, I am the indulgence. I am basically Dorian Gray's wet dream. Okay, Dorian Gray looks at me and goes, "Fuck me, I wish I had that life." Like the level of excess and beautifulness and just it's outrageous. All right, it's outrageous. The Moulin Rouge was a twinkle in my eye when I was the milkman. Do you know what I mean? So it was a whole thing. But this is the Twitch chat that I have grown over 8 years of streaming, or nearly 8 years of streaming. I have grown this community. And this community, when I am talking about my erotic cabaret, that is a point of sexual expression, a place where people can feel good in themselves, feel hot, sexy and hot and beautiful, no matter who they are, no matter how old they are, as long as they're over the age of 18, no matter what walk of life they come from, no matter what their sexuality is, they can come and they can feel good and they can feel beautiful and they can feel sexy and they can feel tempting towards their delightful partner. They can get involved with consensual adults of all varieties. Oh, it's absolutely exquisite and glorious. And this fucking chat turn around and go, can we have a craft table? A fucking craft table. Bloody craft table of fucking decadence night. People are having an orgy in one corner, crocheting dicks in the other. What the fuck? When nail polish actually helps strengthen and protect your nails, I understand it might not feel that way though. It depends, as I understand it, Ultrasaurus, it actually depends on the nail polish. My ex-partner was fucking obsessed with nail polish, and it depends on the nail polish you use, how you use it, and how you remove it as well. Because she was telling me all about like some of the medical conditions that can come with not acrylics. What's the other one? Is it acrylics? If it's not set properly. There's acrylics and it's 10-free. Gel? Maybe gel. Yeah. That you've got to set under a UV light, and if you don't, yeah, acrylics. And if you don't set it correctly, then it can stay watery. You can stay liquid underneath, and it can rot away. And if you get certain types of it on the cuticles, as it were, the gel nail polish. If you get certain type of it too flooded in the cuticles for too long, then you can have allergic reactions in the bits of it. Oh yeah, the whole... I got taught about all of this stuff. I was like, I just paint my nails. That's all I do. Both acrylics and gel can do that. I appreciate it. It's been a long time since I've had to think about it, but yeah, there we go. Speed Razor, how you doing, you beautiful being? All very interesting. Very, very interesting. Tantalizing and beautiful, you know? I hear people are disparaging spreadsheets. Look, Frax, I am not disparaging spreadsheets. I'm just saying that it upsets me that the boner that people get from spreadsheets is not in the slightest bit confusing. All right? There's a lot of things. I have seen things that I can't unsee, okay? I've seen someone make their own genitalia into a garden sprinkler. Like, I have seen a level of things that would make fucking Casanova blush. Lord Byron genuinely touches himself to some of the shit I've seen. Okay? Pretty unhinged shit. And as a result, there are certain dynamics that have given me a confused boner. I don't understand it, but for some reason I'm aroused, okay? But with you people, there's not even any confusion. You're just like, ooh, formula. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm going to put a thick border on this one. Oh, yeah. Oh, if I put this calculation incorrect. Oh, yeah, there it is. The equivalent of edging that you people have is equals value. In capital letters. Bloody scandalous. That's about as much as I know about spreadsheets. That entire skit was about as much as I know about spreadsheets. I don't know anything else. That's it. That is it. Oh wow. Apparently it's a saying about Cantonese cooking and Russians. Ooh, interesting, Alex. Thank you very much for that. Maybe it was in Cantonese then. Interesting. Almost exclusively an internal saying, something some say about themselves, not appropriate for outsiders. Interesting. Okay, I see. In which case, I haven't spoken to this woman in like 7 years, but I am definitely going to message her. But why did you tell me an internal saying? What the fuck? What is this sorcery? In defense of Chinese... What? What? Oh, bugs are green and living in grass. They're doing their best to look vegetarian. I see you, Miss Asia. There was a moment there I was very confused by your statement. I have to say, in defense of like Chinese cuisine, bugs are green and living in grass and they're doing their best to look vegetarian. Or their best to look like leaves and stuff. Yeah, I can understand it. I can understand it, absolutely. Sorry, Chloe comes through the grapevine way. I was made redundant 2 months ago. Today was my last day. I'm okay. New job will start on the 7th. So Frax, I'd heard about the new job. I'd heard about you being made redundant, but I thought you had already been made redundant. I thought you'd already had your last day. So when you said it was your last day, my mind immediately went, did Frax get fired on his first day at the new job? Like, that's where my mind immediately went. And I was like, what? Are you okay? Are you all, what's going on? What's happening? So yeah, you panicked me for a second there, Frax. I have to say. Us loot goblins need a stash of stuff our pile. Look, I see it. I see the legitimateness of it, Finley, all right? In fact, speaking of Project Zomboid, by the way, friends, very briefly returning to that conversation, I have added it to the game vote. For those people that don't know, Tuesdays and Wednesdays I play computer games. Tuesdays we tend to play something that's quite chill, quite puzzly, quite story orientated, that's quite fun, you know, so that people that don't like horror games don't have to worry about horror games. On Wednesday, The games are a lot more spooky. They tend to be like indie horror games or, well, just indie horror games to be fair. However, for the first time ever, I have added Project Zomboid to the game vote. If we play Project Zomboid on Wednesday, if it is voted for by the people that are here, because the only people that get to vote are the people that are physically in chat on Wednesday. If it is voted for by the people that are here, I will accept a modicum of backseating because I know sweet fuck all. In fact, it was watching Ultrasaurus that made me reinstall the game and start playing it, and I died. Well, 15 of my characters died before I remembered that I could highlight enemies. All right? So there is a good chance I will need assistance because I am not good at A, remembering, B, paying attention, and C, caring much. So it'll be an experience, all right? Physically in chat. How the hell am I supposed to do that? Nibbering. The fact that you are not transporting yourself into chat through the medium of some 1980s Tron device, really, it speaks volumes about your dedication being paid sweet fuck all as a moderator, okay? Okay? No pocket lint for your dinner tonight. Physically in chat, yeah. An other unrealistic expectation for chat. It's true. It's true. I will do better as soon as I find out how. You just need the Tron device. God. Pocket lint, you spoil them, I know, right? I know. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very loosey-goosey, all right? Loosey-goosey kind of guy. I love it when bits get fucked by technology. Yeah. So we talked about this very briefly to catch up with people that are interested in tech. I had a new graphics card installed and I got a new hard drive installed. Very, very cool. And thank you so much for this wonderful community for paying for them, specifically the specific individual who did buy them. But I don't want to call you out in case you don't want to be called out for that. But you know who you are and I know who you are. So thank you. In order to install the graphics card, we had to do a Windows update. Since that Windows update, my audio has been fucked. Absolutely fucked. I thought it was me. I thought it was to do with maybe I'd uninstalled something wrong. Maybe I'd done something, like knocked something internally or something like that. You know, I'm still just a dude. But then I found out that there are at least 9 other streamers who have been having major audio issues since the Windows update. So Windows have done an update and it's fucked a fair few of us, unfortunately. It's always a Windows issue. Yeah, well, I was speaking to somebody today who is an audio tech, and we were talking about this with Razotter earlier. And they were saying that part of that update was an AI audio corrector, which kind of made sense in my brain, that it was like the AI is going, why have you got your audio on channel 2 when it should just be default? Let's just change everything back to default, which would explain all of the issues that I have had. However, Razotter went through all the notes and said that there hasn't been any update. There's an AI accessibility vocal mod apparently, or something like that. If Razotter's still here, maybe they can correct me. But it shouldn't affect the audio. However, whatever it is affecting the audio, because I never had these fucking issues beforehand. Sometimes it affects the Go XLR, sometimes it affects my browsers, sometimes it affects Discord, sometimes it affects OBS. It just keeps resetting things to default when there is no reason for it. Is it your internet as Val's stream stuttering? I'm not dropping any frames and my bitrate seems fine. Stream health is good. Don't know. The accessibility feature was primarily for Copilot, which is AI, but correct, it should not affect your streaming or Discord, etc. Streaming is fine on my side. Cool. Everything's fine for you. Thank you very much for helping us, friends. Yeah, I don't know what it is because I don't know much about it. All I know is that since the update, I have been having major audio issues. Major audio issues. So yeah, I mean, GoXLR has reset itself twice today. Never done that before. Never reset itself before. In all the years that I've had the GoXLR, never reset itself before. It's done it twice while we've been streaming. It did it 28 times throughout the day today, which was, as you can imagine, fucking wonderful. So yeah, it's been a whole thing. It's been a whole thing. Day Train Gamer, how you doing? How's it going? Been too long since I've watched one of your streams. I love your vibe so much. I very much appreciate that. Welcome back on in, you beautiful bean. Hope that whatever has kept you away has been worthwhile, you beautiful bean. Also just got a pipe. We'll have to quit cigarettes forever in order to smoke a pipe tobacco on the basis that it is better for you because you don't inhale. And no, I don't want to hear any science about this. That's fair. I won't tell you any science about it. In which case, what you really need is a clay pipe so that you can pretend to be Gandalf. You know? I remember when we were told not to share anything private on the internet, use a fake name, and how far we have fallen. Oh yeah, now everyone's just like, oh, by the way, my name is Valen Vane. My address is 69 The Gutter Road, Debaucheryville. My personal identification number. What's that? You need my PIN as well? Yeah, it's 6969. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like people just giving out their internet and like their information. It's like, are you for real? What? Big Gay Bear, how you doing, you beautiful bean? Right, I'm gonna whip down a wee bit. My state tried to do that website ID shit last session. If they try it again, I might ask you about it all that again. Absolutely, Tracy Novel, do it. Do it. The TLDR when it comes to forcing people to put their IDs on websites is the fact that the way that it works in the UK, they put it all on the websites. They then found that VPN sales had gone up 2,000%. They then found that they then tried to outlaw VPNs and realized that they couldn't outlaw VPNs because half the government structures and 99% of the corporation structures rely on VPNs, so they're not able to outlaw VPNs. So then they found that certain websites, like 4chan, for example, certain websites didn't do it. They were like, no, we're not doing it. Fuck you. And they were like, well, you're going to have to pay us. And they were like, no, we don't. We're an American company. And they were like, we'll take you to court. And they were like, okay. And they took them to court. And the court went, they're an American company. You have no jurisdiction over them in any way, shape, or form. And you definitely can't demand any money from them. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's a waste of time. The thing with the Online Safety Act is it is now and has always been fuck all to do with protecting children for two reasons. One, we all know it's to do with collecting data. They've pretty much said it themselves. And two, all that it does is stop whoever, if a child wants to see, if a fucking teenager wants to see pornography, as somebody who grew up with the internet and was at once a teenage boy, I can tell you now that you will find a way. You will find a way. Always fucking find a way. They always fucking do. So all that it really does is it pushes them away from the regulated sites like Pornhub. Pornhub has many issues with itself. Absolutely. I do not stand by them by any stretch of the imagination. But because they are the biggest of the sites, it means they are the most regulated of the sites. So you can guarantee that the people on Pornhub, especially now, not necessarily before, but certainly now, are consenting adults. They are people over the age of 18 that have all consented. Everyone involved within every single video has to have filed signed paperwork to confirm that they are of legal age and they consent. They have to give ID to prove they are of legal age. If you are a porn star, these are standard things. Standard fucking stuff. So if they can't get on the regulated sites, then they're just going to keep going to find others. We literally do a search every so often. Do you know what? Let me do it right now. I am not on a VPN. I do not use a VPN for these dynamics because, of course, I would never use a VPN to get around the Online Safety Act. If I just type in porn into my browser, mute it, make sure it's all muted. How many links is it going to take me before I get uncensored porn? Well, the third link down has given me explicit. Obviously, I'm not showing you this because it's massively against terms of service. It has given me explicit thumbnails, so that has covered that. Let me double check that it's muted. Yeah. Ooh, click on that. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to mute all audios apart from my own microphone for a second in case it. Yep, fully explicit. So 3 links. Top link was Pornhub. Second link was Xhamster. Third link was the link that I'm referring to that I'm obviously not going to tell you about because I'm not going to encourage people to get around the Online Safety Act by any stretch of the imagination. But it took me 3 links to get around the Online Safety Act. And I can tell you right now that that third link looks sketchy as fuck. So it doesn't protect children. It has never protected children. And it never will protect children. 3 links. That's all it took for me to get around it and get fully explicit videos without confirming that I was 18, without giving it over any ID, without doing it because I'm not going to fucking put my ID on the internet. Fuck that noise. You know what I mean? So there you go. There you go. If anyone asks, if you're ever having the discussion about the Online Safety Act, you can now tell them that it literally takes 3 links to get around it. 3 links. That's it. That's all it takes. Stop doxing yourself. I know. Valen Vane, 69, the gutter. Can't help myself. We can now become Valen. It's true. It's true. You can get access to my account as well. Eat Chick Shake. How you doing, you cheeky devil? Welcome on in. I have a long wizard pipe. I've got one over there, and I only recently found out that the clay pipes that are like really, really long. The reason why they were really long.
Panda to it. Panda to it.
Oh, just a moment. Thank you very much, 100 little panderings. I appreciate that. The reason why they were really long is because they were so cheap and easy to make that like workers would have the big clay pipe. They would inhale and they'd snap off the end and give it to their friend. And their friend would snap off the end, give it to them. So there was no way of like contaminating mouth germs effectively. It was the ye olde equivalent of like wiping the top of a beer bottle with your t-shirt before you take a swig. You know? It was just snap off the end of it and then go buy another one because it was so cheap. Clay pipe would be good. Went for the comically long church warden pipe. Love it. Love it. Just had an idea instead of vapes looking how they look. I'm surprised one has been made to look like a pipe. Unless I simply have not seen. They do exist, so like pipes, excessive idling. A friend of mine called Peachy Pixel 8, who some of you may remember, he does stream every so often, but he's definitely got a pipe, a vape that looks like a pipe. He got it specifically for a roleplay show many moons ago. Got my long hair chopped off today because I'm trying to grow it out healthy, and now I'm mourning better, but still. Oh, bless you, darling. Fully understand. Fully understand. I fully understand that mourn. I once shaved my head for charity. That was a bald individual. Completely fucking gone. Absolutely. I've been taking some time to figure some stuff out, but I'm back with dyed hair and pierced ears and some music on YouTube, which is fun. I love to hear it, Day Train Gamer. Love to hear it, buddy. I hope it's going well. I hope that whatever has brought you back is certainly a positive thing for sure. It's wild that 4chan has better lawyer advice than the government. It's not. It's not at all, it's on it by any stretch of the imagination. Certainly not with the UK government at the moment. It's pretty wild. I'm not going to get into the politics, but it's pretty wild. Didn't you Google Chinese swimsuits and get a bunch of not safe for work results? I did, actually, yeah. Because we were talking about... fucking hell, we were playing a game or something, and it came up with... there was a difference between a Chinese swimsuit and another, and like a swimsuit. It was like swimsuit, Chinese swimsuit, or something like that. We were having a conversation about it. And I was like, what's the difference here? So I just went into Google Images, typed in Chinese swimsuit, and it just went, here's a load of explicit stuff. And I was like, whoa, what is going on here? What? I'm glad that I didn't show this live on stream, you know? I'm glad that I had the sense not to do that, because fuck me. Fucking hell, you know? Got the door number somewhere. It's in my garden currently, Jam Jar Brain. It's in my garden currently. Drilled up on the fence. Wizard pipe is for carts. There's been 2 different stems that can be changed out. That's cool. I love that. I love that. I do like my pipe. I don't smoke pipe weed. Or pipe tobacco, should I say. But I vape every so often. Usually when I'm out drinking. Other than that, that's the thing. You can also get past the ID thing with facial recognition, which can now be worked around in various means. I have a careful niece as soon to be a teenage nephew, so yes, tested it. Oh, Tigger, absolutely. One of my most, as much as I personally am not a fan of AI. One of the greatest uses of generative AI that I have personally seen that happened in the United Kingdom was teenagers taking headshots of politicians from the government website, loading them into AI and saying, make me a UK driver's license of this person. And then teenagers using the AI generated driver's license to access porn sites. The Prime Minister at the time was somebody called Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer was signed up to 400 different pornography accounts in 48 hours. I have to admit it. I have to appreciate the audacity of it, you know? I appreciate that level of sticking up the middle finger to a system that is broken already. Photo mode in Cyberpunk 2077 worked too. I would imagine somebody did it with the guy from Death Stranding. I have known that somebody has said that I haven't seen it myself, but I saw that somebody said that it worked with Horizon Forbidden West. Because, of course, these are very lifelike depictions of human beings. And, you know, it's doing the whole thing. Yeah. It's very, very easy to get around it. If it was actually about protecting kids. Do you know what blows my fucking mind about the entire situation? Is the fact that when it comes to protecting children, schools are extremely vulnerable. And when I say schools are extremely vulnerable, I mean technically speaking. As in the technology. The schools are not given the funding to have adequate internet security for all of their students. So what we are finding is the fact that students, children in this country, in the United Kingdom currently, are like the schools are being hacked. The children are getting their data stolen, including stuff like national insurance numbers and stuff like that. And it is theorized that the reason why is because eventually they are going to turn 18 years old. They're going to start earning. They're going to get a job, and then they're going to be fucked because all of their data has been stolen when they were like 10 years ago or whatever. As a teacher of 30 years, I absolutely agree with that comment. If people genuinely gave a shit about protecting the children, they would fund that first and foremost. But they don't. Couldn't give less of a fuck. 402 after he decided that he can't beat and join them. Oh, that's me. That's me, Zeebs. If I can't beat them, I'll join them. Wait, no, I won't. No, that's not true. I'll just keep going at it. Keep going at it, you know. My meds have worn off. Time for bed. No worries, Claudius. You take it easy, you beautiful individual. Got kicked out of a nightclub years ago for smoking a pipe. What? Was it like smoking a pipe inside Midgard and it was like banned or something? Also, with the pipe mines in hand. I use it to look more intelligent when I'm giving out information. There is nothing... People say it looks more intelligent to wear glasses. There's nothing quite like being a cisgendered man and just smoking a pipe. This is the depiction of male privilege that I would like people to understand and associate me with, okay? Especially because I don't smoke pipe tobacco. so it's even more ridiculous, you know? Anita, hello, you beautiful individual. Welcome on in. How you doing, you glorious being? Can I get a shout out for Anita, please? I would very much appreciate that. I would very much appreciate that, you cheeky little devil. Hope all is well. My brain's a little bit melted. I would spend an evening of, well, an entire 2 days of doing my bookkeeping. I was doing a lot of fucking accounts over the weekend. I happened to have, I was meant to be doing photo shoots over the weekend, but then it was like we changed everything because it made it easier for everyone. People go check out Anita. Anita's a wonderful, wonderful being. Oh, how have you been enjoying the Gothic 1 remake? How have you been enjoying it? I've heard very, very good things about it. So I'm intrigued. I've heard one person that didn't enjoy it, but other than that, everyone else has said it was very, very good and they enjoyed it. So I'm intrigued. You liked it? Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah, people go check out Anita. Anita's wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful being. What was I saying? Before I got distracted by... Can't remember. It's gone. It's gone from my brain. My brain is gone. It has left my whole brain. It is gone. Going to do nighttime meds and now have a pencil in hand doing a sketchbook. Look, sometimes it'd be like that, Tigger, right? I love medieval fantasy RPGs. I quite like them, but I find they get very cheesy very quickly. And I've got to be careful not to rely on the cheese, as it were. Because yeah, I get a bit carried away. I find I'd struggle with cringing, you know. If it's dark, I'm all about it though. And I'm living the I'm an accountant song. Look, yeah, that was it. I was talking about being an accountant. Well, I was talking about doing my accounts. That's the reason why my brain is gooey. It is very, very gooey. After a weekend of trying to catch up with my accounts and failing miserably. I didn't fail miserably. I got a large proportion of them done, but it does mean that my brain is jam and leaking out of my ears. It is like goo, like a really thick and not very nice tasting honey, you know? Doing a creative photo shoot with you sounds like fun concept. Collaborating and working with other artists is one of my favorite aspects of art. Oh, absolutely, shake. Absolutely. I don't have the time to do it very often, but this wonderful community have paid for it. They've paid for it. My dear friend, Sway, Robinson Crusoe in chat, is a phenomenal photographer, a very, very good friend of mine, a phenomenal photographer, and was like, hey, do you want to do a birthday photo shoot? And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. And then I was like, Sway is a freelance person and deserves to get paid for their freelance work. So I asked the community. We did 3 donation goals to add up to the grand total so that Sway can get paid for her time. Because that's the way I'm all about. I like making sure that self-employed people especially get paid for their time. Just very important to me. Very important to me, you know. There was this lady at Burning Man in our camp who smoked a pipe. We called her Valkyrie because we were Vikings and she was a powerful, beautiful giant, almost as giant as me. She refused to wear clothes for as long as she was there. She was magnificent, save for the leather bags she was carrying her belongings. such as the pipe. Saw her win a sword fight once. Love people. Wow, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. That's the first time you saw someone smoke a pipe. I love it. Love it. So smoking a pipe is very, very good if you are a wilderness. If you are a person who smokes, which is not healthy for you, let's say that. But if you're a person who smokes and you do a lot of things in the wilderness, you get like the wind coverage of a pipe. You know, it helps with keeping down stuff floating all over the place. You know? Thank you very much, Nimbarian, for throwing that sway out there as well. Sway is that's going to prove Sway is wonderful bean. Wonderful, wonderful bean. Absolutely. I thought you said doing my accountants instead of my accounts. I was, yeah, I was paying them in kind. Oh my God. Oh my dear Lord. Right, friends. Much as this has been a wonderful conversation, I do think I have got to call it there because my brain is goo and it is 11 p.m. and I've got to get up because I've got a real long day tomorrow. Got a real long day tomorrow because it never ends. It never ends. I don't know if this makes sense to anyone, but to remind me of fielding the Mighty... Oh, yeah. No, Vince Noir from the Mighty Boosh. That's who No Fielding played. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it, absolutely. Love that commentating people commiserate with. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Right, friends, we are going to go raid somebody because we always go raid somebody. We always go throw some love at another delightful individual because I think it's a wonderful thing to do, to share my community with another wonderful streamer. So you get to see a brand new streamer, you get to see a new person that you may not have seen before in your lives. You might be like, oh my God, this person's the most amazing person ever. How did I ever miss them out on Switch ever? Right? That is definitely a possibility. Absolutely. But before we do that, could you please throw some mod loves in the channel? You can use any kind of mod loves from any kind of channel. You can use any kind of love hearts from any kind of channel. Say a massive thank you to those wonderful moderators. Mods, thank you so much for being here. Thanks so much for all you do. Thanks so much for all you do in and out of stream. All the stuff you do for me behind the scenes and all the stuff you do for this wonderful, wonderful community. I really, really appreciate you and I do not take you for granted at all, but you are wonderful, wonderful beings. Thank you so much. Friends, as I said, you can use any kind of mod love from any kind of channel. You can use any kind of love hearts from any kind of channel. Say a massive thank you to those wonderful mods because they are wonderful. They are absolutely wonderful. Let me have a quick look at who we can go throw some love at. Friends, if you could stick around for the raid, even if it's only like 5-10 minutes, just to go throw some love at another wonderful bean. Ooh. Oh, there's so many wonderful people on tonight. So many wonderful people on tonight. Oh, we haven't seen you in a while. Let's go see you. Let's go see you. Yeah, let's go see you. You're wonderful. Let me just double check how long you've been on for. Oh, perfect. Okay, maybe not. So close, and yet so far. So close, and yet so far. That's all right. We've got somebody else. We can do this. We can do this. Friends, if you are a subscriber, please copy and paste the first raid message. If you are not a subscriber, please copy and paste the second raid message. That's the first Bot of Vein raid message for subscribers. The second Bot of Vein raid message for non-subscribers. I better copy and paste that too because I also need to know what we're doing. Like I said, friends, if you can stick around for the raid, even if it's on like 5-10 minutes, just go throw some love at another wonderful individual. I would really appreciate it. I think we might go see you. It's been a little while since we've seen you. Or, do you know what? No, fuck it. We'll go see you. I haven't seen you in fucking ages. Let's go see you. Let's go see you. Friends, we're going to go raid a member of my stream team that we don't often see. We don't often get to catch them. So, we're going to go throw them some love. So... And they're also doing something fun that I think will make a lot of people happy. Because I know that you people are into this kind of thing as well. So, friends, we're going to go and see the glorious, the beautiful, the happy-go-lucky scamp that is Maisie. We're going to go say hi to Maisie. Maisie is building some Lego and chatting some stuff today. They are a wonderful, wonderful being. They have a very cozy atmosphere. A very wonderful, cute and cozy environment. A very supportive atmosphere. Just a wonderful place. Love Maisie? Yeah, Maisie's wonderful. I don't get to see Maisie anywhere near as much as I'd like to, so it'd be nice to go throw them some love. Friends, if you are not in the raid up here, could you please click on the link that I have just thrown out there. The reason why we don't do shout-outs is because shout-outs gives them a heads up that we are coming. And I like to keep it a nice, delightful little surprise. Yes, indeed. That is the way I like it. Friends, I'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. BST, that's 1 p.m. British time, where we will be chatting some shit, and then we'll be playing a game. Then I'll be doing the same on Wednesday. There are no extra streams this week, because I've got a million things on, but there will be extra streams next week when we are going to be doing part 3 of the Labyrinth TTRPG, where I dress as the Goblin King, and chat plays the character against me. Friends, until tomorrow, don't do anything I wouldn't do, because if I wouldn't do it, it'll fucking kill you. I'll see you. Oh yeah, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for the raid, the subs, the gifts, all the cheeky little bays. Thanks so much for all the donations. Thanks so much for the follows. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for being part of the conversation. Until tomorrow, don't do anything I wouldn't do, because if I wouldn't do it, it'll fucking kill you. See you all later. Bye.